Hi. How do you like that open? That's my new. All right. Hi.
What's that?
What did it do? What did you do? The what's that? The Budweiser.
I was watching.
Was that the Budweiser ad?
That was the Budweiser. But last night I got home. I got home late, and like the TV was just on. And it was like, it'll be on like the movie channels or whatever, Showtime, whatever. And the scare was. I don't remember which one, but Scary Movie was on where they were all doing what's that?
Oh yeah. And then doesn't the creeper guy do it too?
Yeah, they do it for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And so all last night I was just walking around going, I think even the dog was annoyed at that point, and I was like, well.
It scared him.
It was entertaining to me. It's like you get home and you're like, oh, that's just, and now so that's been stuck in my head. So when you kind of did yours, it reminded me of that. We're like, what's that? And by the way, those Scary Movies, kind of funny.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, it got me for like, I don't know, 35, 45 minutes. Dude. I sat down. They're stupid, but they're kind of fun.
Well, the first one was pretty freaky. Like the opening scene in the first one.
No. The Scary Movie is the spoof of the Scream movies.
Oh, Scream. That's right. You're right. Yeah. Scream was like.
Yeah.
That's the
Scream
one.
was an actual scary movie.
Scream was an actual scary movie.
Scary movie was the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, they poke fun.
Right.
So it's based on Scream, but they poke fun of all of the.
Right.
They poke fun of The Ring and all that. And Anna Faris, I think, is the
I
gal.
love Anna Faris.
Shannon Elizabeth's in the first one.
Yeah. By the way, she just started OnlyFans.
Whoa.
Well,
I don't have OnlyFans.
Well, she's got. Well, no one. I mean.
Wait, what do you mean no one does?
I don't think you get only like you have to sign up. I think for individual. Like, I know you don't have an OnlyFans.
How do you know that? Maybe I do.
Ooh, all right.
Maybe I'm throwing you off the scent.
I saw like a couple days ago that because she has no career anymore, that she started OnlyFans.
Can we talk about something?
Yeah.
So I can't be on OnlyFans if I don't have an OnlyFans account of my own. Does that?
No, you have to sign up like it's a subscription service.
But you would still have to make a profile.
Right.
You
so
have
it's
to
like
sign
all
up.
the other social medias.
I would think
like
so.
I would have a profile, but I just wouldn't put anything on it. Right? Or is it separate for creepy men and hot women? It's like two different portals.
That honestly, I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would assume you need a profile. It might be different, I guess, if you're a content creator or whatever. I guess you're on there.
I draw the line at paying for OnlyFans. I mean, I appreciate being a creepo and all that, but it's just, that's not. I've said it. I just do not understand that. Now, that being said, in about a week's time, will I Google image Shannon Elizabeth OnlyFans? Sure.
Wait, I thought you said. So, who's the other girl we were talking about?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris. She's on there, or
no? Shannon Elizabeth, the American Pie gal, who now she has no career. Mm-hmm. She has resorted, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to view it, she has resorted to OnlyFans.
So the real question is, does Anna Faris have an OnlyFans?
No, I think
she
has
a real
successful.
career, doesn't she?
If you have a real career, you don't do OnlyFans.
Well,
OnlyFans is for when you
can supplement the income
when things aren't working anymore. And
I think Anna Faris is great because she's funny.
Well, and she's the right amount of.
Hot funny. She's like Kristen Wiig.
Yes, because it's hard to be super funny if you're super hot. Like it's a sliding scale. But she's hot, but also funny, and she's in that like sweet spot. Yeah, Kristen Wiig is another great example of that. But if you're so hot, no one thinks you're funny because you're just too busy being hot.
So I hate to do this to you.
All
right out of the gate.
Do it.
But
I swear to God, if you bring up the Cubs, don't do that.
Well,
you're going to, aren't you?
Yeah.
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 All right. Whatever. I watched it.
The Cubs beat the Mets today.
Yeah. We scored 4 runs.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then we gave up 12. Every Japanese pitcher in the world is great except for the one that we have. What the hell?
Yeah, Senga sucks.
Yeah, he was supposed to be
future Royal.
Yeah, that's true.
Kota Senga.
He was supposed to be like the best thing to come over from Japan, and he freaking sucks.
Is it Kodai?
Yes.
Kodai.
And he's terrible.
Senga.
And he came over with the ghost fork, and he's got his cool logo, and I was all about him, and now he stinks.
Well, do you know the only reason
The
only reason I bring it up is because there is a curse of brewing for the Mets.
All right. Well,
and I don't know if you know about it yet.
I don't.
Okay, good. That's why I wanted to bring it up. You got to find a way to reverse this jinx, okay?
All right.
Because the Mets still have not won since Mr. and Mrs. Met hugged Mamdani.
Yeah.
Or Mamdani.
Yeah,
the New York City mayor.
The mayor.
He hugged them, and they haven't won since, dude.
Can we bring Grimace back? Like, Grimace had some juice to him. Like, it started out when we brought Hawk Tua Girl out, and then we decided to suck, and now we're hugging mayors.
Spit on that thing.
It's just, we're so bad.
So how are you going to break that?
It does. At this point, it doesn't matter.
So they'll never win again.
They'll never win again.
The Mamdani jinx.
I believe we've lost 9 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Come on, dude.
8 or 9 in a row. Yeah.
That many?
Yeah. Let me
That's
count
too
here.
bad.
1, 2, 3,
That
4,
sucks.
5, 6. Oh, sorry. It refreshed. Anyway, it's 8 or 9. And the only guy that can hit now is some dude that I've never heard of, who we got from the Kansas City Royals.
Who's that?
Is it Melendez?
Oh, you have him?
Oh, we have him.
MJ
Melendez.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He's terrible. And he's like
he's hitting for you?
571.
No way.
Yes. Now he's only played
4 for 7.
Yeah, he's played like 4 games, but
If you inverse those numbers, that will be his final batting average.
exactly.
175.
So-
Or, wait, yeah, 571.
174.
175.
The other night when the
You're doing great.
6.
the other night when the Dodgers were kicking our nuts in, the Mets had 3 hits. 2 of them were by Melendez. At which point I had to do, who the hell is MJ Melendez? I'm watching the game, and I bring it up on my phone, and I scroll down, and when you bring up his profile pic, he plays for the Royals. And I was like, oh my God, the Royals.
Yeah, we got rid of him
And then I saw it flash across the screen.
because he sucks.
Yeah, that 2-hit game that he got, he had 2 doubles. That was his first multi-hit game, like, in 5 years. And I was like, all right, that's dead.
Yeah.
For a brief moment, I was like, wait, did we?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, I just want, yeah.
Yeah, so you...
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you were just like looking at his stats or if you actually watched him.
No, I watched him.
He is the quintessential looks the part and sucks.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you watch him, probably take BP or just look at it. He's huge.
Yeah.
He's put together. His swing is beautiful, and he can't hit for S.
No. No, that's just...
He's like not Sam Bradford, I guess. Who's like a quarterback?
Like Tim Couch?
Tim Couch. That's what he is.
Have you seen Tim Couch lately, by the way? Oh, my God.
What happened?
Dude, he's like...
Is he fat?
No, he went the other way.
Oh, he's ripped?
Yeah.
Tim Couch?
He's on all the TRT. He's got a TRT tea time. That dude he went back to Kentucky for like their spring game. And I was like, Jeebus,
Works
Tim Couch.
in wealth management.
Yeah. So he's got a bunch of money now and a bunch of roids and a bunch of HGH. That dude is, that guy who's like 50, but he's in too good a shape, so it looks weird. His face looks 50, but his body looks like 22.
Oh, my God.
That's Tim Couch.
Wow.
Yeah. Right?
He looks old, but
that's what I'm saying.
You're right. Like that doesn't even look like him.
No, your face ages, but from the neck down, you're just like, you're the Incredible Hulk.
He looks like a guy you'd run into at a Vegas pool.
Yes, 100%. And by the way, he wants your wife to join the 3 of them. That's a thing. At the Vegas pool, he's the guy that invites.
Okay.
He's like, hey,
why don't
you guys come hang out up at our room?
I got to tell you.
You're thinking about it, huh?
Well, no, you could put that picture in front of me and say, who is this? And I would have never got that was Tim Couch.
No.
You could even put him in a Kentucky shirt.
Yeah, it came across my my Twitter feed because it was like Kentucky was like, hey, we welcome back the legend Tim Couch. And I was looking at the photo and I was like, wait, where's Tim Couch? I thought that was like their strength conditioning coach. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's Tim Couch?
Tell you what.
He's fantastic.
I'm on his Insta.
Mm-hmm.
TC Deuce 2. And I tell you, it looks like it's good to be Tim Couch.
Oh, 100%.
You know.
Is his wife like a total smoke show?
Yeah. And he's got older kids graduating.
And he probably made a ton of money being a crappy quarterback.
Well, and he's a wealth manager. He's at the Kentucky Derby. He's
dude.
Wow.
Yep. Can he play for the Mets? Because he'd be better than anyone we got. The only saving grace I have is that the Royals are just as bad, and so are the Mariners. So that's fun.
Yeah, we're all in it together.
Any team that I actively root for, they all suck. I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I can't watch the Royals. The Mariners are just as bad as the Mets. Like maybe even more disappointing because they were supposed to be good. The Mets kind of thought they were going to stink. I got nothing.
I think I'm going to take the Mariners tonight.
Are you?
Yeah.
They're bound.
Well, Gilbert's pretty good, and they're playing DeGrom, who you know him.
Yeah.
And then Texas. I don't know. I feel like the Mariners get this one tonight.
Texas just got done sweeping them.
Yeah, I know. That's another reason why I feel like they get them tonight.
That was one of those. They got swept by Texas. What was that? 2 series ago, and their starting pitching ERA was like 1.8, and they lost all games.
Yeah, and the Mariners got swept by the Padres.
Yeah,
but now they're back home.
They're fine.
The friendly confines. I don't know. Good. I'm feeling it.
I need something.
I'm not feeling my Royals. They're at the Yankees.
I'm waiting to watch one baseball game that I can feel good about. Is every time I go home and I turn on the TV, it's just a continual punch in my goodies.
Well, anyway, you have a jinx. I wanted to tell you that.
All right.
Okay, today's show will include Joey Harrington, normal time 5:30. I'm going to ask him about the Jailblazers doc. I did watch it last night.
Okay.
And I want to start there. We'll get that out of the way in our next seggy.
Yeah, I was interested. Now, did Stevie Brackett?
He watched it.
He said he watched it.
Yeah, he said yesterday he watched it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, you watched it. Never
So
mind.
we've all seen it.
Yes.
So we'll wrap that up, put a bow on that little baby. And then I've got Blazers Spurs audio for you.
Oh.
Because, Game 1 is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Just a couple more days.
Yeah.
Just a couple more days.
They're still traveling.
Yeah.
Apparently they're taking the bus.
The NHL playoffs will start before the Blazers play.
Well, don't they start?
NHL playoffs start tomorrow.
Oh, I thought they were tonight.
No.
Okay. Well,
the season just ended yesterday, and so they'll take one day off, and then, like normal people.
In Springfield, they're
sorry.
eating the dogs.
That was a misfire.
They're eating the dogs.
You remember that?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
That was part of a real
They're eating the cats.
presidential election.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Thanks, Jamming.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Okay.
People love Springfield.
Anyway, I'm
Like
sorry I
a
played
Bad
that.
Bunny mix. That's a good Latin groove.
We will discuss pronouncing Lake Oswego, but let's start with Jailblazers documentary next on The Fan.
Dirt and spray.
Jed Fish gets me hot. All right, welcome back. We're going to get some Blazers Spurs Game 1 audio in here. It's exciting. Suddenly the Blazers make the playoffs, and it's all we can talk about.
Well, I mean, playing Tuesday.
Funny how that works. I mean, my God. Did you just pull a... Who's the wrestling guy?
Oh, by God!
By God!
By the way,
Jim Ross.
Jim Ross.
in case you didn't know, because you haven't turned on ESPN, WrestleMania is this weekend.
No, I read about it.
Gosh.
Yeah, who's like the big wrestler now?
I don't know.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
Is he really?
My brother told me he's in the main event on day 1. There's 2 days of WrestleMania, I guess. And in day 1, McAfee is part of the main event.
If you want to know how we're doing as a society, just know that ESPN's #1 story right now, with NBA playoffs around the corner, NHL playoffs around the corner, in the middle of baseball season, NFL drafts next week, the #1 thing that anytime you turn on SportsCenter or go to ESPN.com, I swear to God, it's wrestling. I like.
So is it airing on ESPN then?
I don't know. Maybe ESPN Plus.
Why are they pushing it?
Well, they have a deal with
They have a deal with them.
with WWE.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not on ESPN.
I think it's ESPN Plus.
Okay. All right. Well,
Like they literally had an article today when I was like rolling around. They had an article on like the 13 keys to WrestleMania. I'm like,
ooh, what's #1?
yeah, wait and see who determined like what script says that you win. Like, what are we doing?
Hulk Hogan comes back from the grave,
You know what?
like drop some fools.
They're doing an interview. They were doing an interview with 2 gals. I don't know who they are, but they're wrestling for, I don't know, some sort of ladies title. And the one is who's the bald gal? The anchor.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I forget what her name is, but she's on there and she's like, "What do you have to do to win this match?" I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, I got to read through the script.
Yeah.
So my sources are saying the first hour is free on ESPN, and then it's on ESPN Plus.
It just
So they want to make you pay for it.
That was for my brother.
he's
He's a big wrestling guy.
Didn't that used to be pay-per-view?
yeah. I think all those models are starting to change. Like UFC is not on pay-per-view anymore, and
But you have to. But to get ESPN Plus, you got to sign up.
You have to
for
pay
it.
for the
you
you
have
have
to
to
pay
pay
for
for
you
it.
pay for it. So it's kind of pay-per-view, but it's not. Same UFC fights, they're Paramount Plus.
Right.
So it's not pay-per-view, but you have to have
The
Paramount.
subscription.
You have to have the subscription. Yeah.
All right. Well, Netflix is airing the Untold Jailblazers documentary. It is currently out. Big Sook widely panned it earlier in the week. Therefore, I wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah.
But then we circled back yesterday, and you said, "Well, I'd like you to watch it because I
Yeah.
want to know what you think." And so I watched it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what other people's reaction, because
Yeah.
I'm always aware that you could have bias or.
No.
I just was interested in what other people thought of it.
So it's only an hour and 10. It's an easy watch.
Yeah.
I found it mildly entertaining, and just, there's just little things that you forget along the way. I thought that when it opens with Rasheed Wallace saying, "I don't know you. I don't care to know you. It's your job to get to know me."
Yes. It set a tone. in
That
my
right
opinion.
there made me want to shut it off.
Yeah.
But I already knew, based on what you had been saying about it, that he wasn't going to take any accountability for anything, and he was going to be the same.
Yeah.
But just that quote said all I needed to know about what I was going to hear from Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
So he was an eye roll to me in the whole documentary. I thought Bob Whitsitt was pretty funny because Bob Whitsitt,
He defiant till the end.
dude, it is hard for me. I think Bob Whitsitt's a bigger a-hole than Rasheed Wallace. And that's a tough power
It is
ranking.
a tough.
But that dude, he is not backing down. Like, he is, to this day,
Yeah.
pissed that they didn't win a championship, and he thinks they should have, and he thinks he did everything right. And, boy, he was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
And, by the way, he hasn't aged a bit. And the second that like, it was his first little line in the whole thing, he basically blames Paul Allen.
Yeah.
Because Paul Allen said, "Hey, I want to be in the playoffs next year." And he's like, "Oh, crap, okay. I guess I got to go and get some questionable character guys." He basically just blamed Paul Allen right out of the gate.
Well, to be fair, Paul Allen's dead, so if you're going to blame someone, blame the dead guy.
He also took credit for both teams played hard, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
He said that was his idea,
Yeah.
and Rasheed did do it, and obviously we know how that went. But I would just say that everything that you said, I agree with. Like, it was very surface level.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose if I wanted to push back a little bit, I suppose seeing their points of view, was at least humanizing. At least I know where they stand. Rashid, I roll, don't care. He's not going to change. The thing about him, he's kind of a sad figure to me because I feel like he is just all defense mechanism. You know, there's no, and he was like that back then. Like he just hasn't changed a bit.
No.
And it's all, his walls are up and they will never come down. And it's his way or the highway. He said something late in the documentary. He said, you're entitled to your opinion, but don't go overboard with it. He was talking about that with regards to media and fans and everybody's opinion about them. Well, that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your opinion, and I understand his perspective on
But you
things.
go overboard on it all the time.
But you went way overboard with
That's
it.
all you did.
So he was a whatever.
He just doesn't trust anybody.
No, and I don't know how. Like that's not an interesting documentary. If you're going to make a documentary and have guys reflect on something that was very controversial and very complicated and a lot of layers to it, you had to have them open up, and he doesn't. So he was a whatever. Now, I will say the humanizing element that I thought there's more to it, but it didn't really come out in this documentary, but I think there's more to this guy, is Damon Stoudamire.
Yeah.
I thought he clearly showed, because he's a smart guy.
Yes.
He clearly showed he was honest, but I think there's more to, I think he kind of held back a little bit, or maybe they just didn't push him enough. But I think he showed a level of, hey, we need to work this out. Like, I get where people are coming from. Here's where I was coming from.
He was the most measured of the three by far.
Yeah.
I'd say before, because it was him, Sheed, Bonzi, and Whitsitt.
Well,
and the only one that was reflective at all was
yeah, and Bonzi, they
Damon.
didn't do much with him. He
No.
was just kind of, I don't know. It was really Bob Whitsitt, Rasheed Wallace, and Damon Stoudamire.
Isn't it weird,
And then
too,
there
'cause
was some media mixed in, like Canzano.
Yeah.
I thought Colin Cowherd was really good
Yeah.
in it. He had some good perspective on it.
Wasn't it weird though that was Bonzi's idea? He's the one that pushed it, and he was very much an ancillary figure in it.
Well, maybe he didn't say anything interesting.
I
like
guess.
I feel like I feel like Damon. If you were to make if somebody were to make a documentary with Damon Stoudamire about that whole thing,
Yeah.
about his journey through Portland, growing up here,
Yeah.
that whole thing, and then leaving here, that if you could ask him the right questions, I think there's a lot to him.
Do you think he held back a little bit because like he
Yes.
just got a job at
Yes.
LSU as assistant
Sure.
coach?
Yes.
Like you can't throw all that out there.
Here's what I'm saying about him. He was the only guy I got the sense really wanted to talk about all this stuff and was interesting about it and reflective about it. It's just that whether they didn't ask him the right questions or he held back, there was something, it didn't come out, but you could see it was there. And so I feel like that guy, if you want to circle back, and maybe not the same documentary filmmakers, but somebody else, circle back to Damon and do a documentary.
Or just an hour-long kind of long-form sit-down and have a discussion.
Interview, yeah.
I would love to sit down with him and just talk to him and actually have a real human discussion. I'm not certain that Bonzi or Rasheed or Whitsitt are capable of having a human discussion. Damon is. I just wish they had done that.
Yeah, they didn't do it. You could see it was there. They didn't really do it.
No.
I would say, I was surprised to hear him say, and I think he said this, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he said once they raided his house and found the weed,
Yeah.
that made him never want to go back, never want to be at home, right? Like
Well,
never
he
be
moved.
in Portland.
He moved. He never went back to
Yeah,
the
he never
house.
went back to the house.
He left and sold it, and he said he never stepped foot in that house again.
Well, and the house, but I just mean I think I interpreted him as saying, I'm leaving this area. Like everyone is out to get me here. I am out of here.
I would have to double check. I know he kind of alluded, and obviously he left shortly thereafter, and he hasn't really been back. But I don't remember his exact words other than I know he left that house and did not come back.
Yeah, I think he said he stayed away from home, and I interpreted that to mean he stayed away from Portland. Like he has not. I mean, he came back obviously, but I just mean
No, he's not been.
He's been coaching. Now he's coaching, like you said, at LSU. He was in California. He does not. You don't see him.
No,
here.
he doesn't have a presence.
So that right there is interesting. Like whatever happened, you could say he helped drive himself out of here, but a lot of what happened through that era also drove him out of here from his perspective.
Sure.
That is worth exploring. Other than that, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't learn anything. I also think, why did they call that the Jailblazers?
I don't know.
Those guys really, that was more about that particular team, and
about
they
a-
weren't.
No.
They weren't the. First of all, they weren't the Jailblazers. I don't think they were the Jailblazers then. They only became wrapped in after years. 05, 06, 07, when all those guys came in, right?
It certainly was. It was the beginning of that kind of like attitude era, to borrow a phrase from the WWE. But yes, they kind of, all the real jail stuff, they just skimmed over. They didn't really get into it all. Really, the only thing they talked about was that 2 to 3 year era where it was weed. That was about the only real thing.
So if you're looking for like the full doc on the whole Jailblazers era, that was like a tenth of it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why they called it that.
They did a little on Ruben.
A little bit, yeah.
But I talked to Whitson, like, why'd you sign this guy? Why'd you bring him in? He's like, well, he paid his dues,
Find me anybody.
Yeah,
Give me the list. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When
he said it wasn't with this team; it was with another team, and he paid his, paid off his debt to society.
Yeah.
But he challenges the interviewer guy. He's
Multiple-
like, give me the list of free agents that year, and you find me a better one than Robin Patterson. And the guy's like, well, I don't have the list. He's like, well, I'll wait.
Yeah. Whitsitt was.
What an ass.
Whitsitt was as defiant as Sheed was.
If you don't sign a rapist,
Well, that's my whole thing is, look, when I was, and it took me a long time too, I understand being young and brash and dumb and that. I mean, who really likes themselves when you're 20 years old, right? I look back at myself at 20, and I've talked about that I probably wasn't the best teammate, and I was kind of an angry guy and all of those things. But to me, it was almost sad for a guy like Sheed that here you are, in your 50s, and you haven't grown at all. Because most of the time when you grow, you can reflect back upon those things, and you end up with a different kind of perspective. You end up with, softening. The edges have been filed down a little bit, and you end up being like, yeah, even if things were done to me, I take accountability for this, and I could have handled it better. And he just seems like the exact same person, and I find that kind of pathetic.
Yeah, it's sad. That's why I say I just think he's a sad figure.
Yeah.
But if you're in, you're in Baltimore, Maryland, you know nothing about the Jailblazers or like that team, it's probably pretty entertaining. Like they were really good. It was them and the Lakers. And by the way, the one clarification. So I had heard on the Dirt and Sprague when they were talking about this, it was, and we said this yesterday, that they were saying like 9 straight winning seasons, or 9 straight 50-win seasons. Only 3 teams have done that. That was not what Bob Whitsitt said.
Okay.
So I misheard that. What Bob Whitsitt said was there are only 3 teams. This is his mental gymnastics, how far his mental gymnastics go about that team. He said there are 3 teams of the last 40 or 50 years that have a moniker, that were given a moniker because of A, B, or C.
Sure.
One is Showtime, the other is Bad Boys, and then us, the Jailblazers. So he was trying to say, oh my God, you don't get a moniker unless you're doing a lot of stuff right, which I think is the dumbest. Honestly, that is a really dumb.
And that goes down my thing I was saying for all of this puffing out your chest. You didn't win S. You didn't even make a finals. And that's the other thing I push back on is, it was a cool time and you won some games, but so your biggest claim to fame is you took the Lakers to 7 games. That's your claim to fame? So you were a bunch of jackasses. You liked smoking weed, which whatever. I don't care that you smoked weed. But you couldn't keep it together long enough to stay out of trouble, to actually try to get to where you want to go. I don't know. The idea that gets celebrated and Whitsitt like we have a moniker, cool, man.
Yeah.
He's
holding that up.
You know what the Showtime Lakers and the Bad Boy Pistons both have besides a moniker? Yeah, they got jewelry.
Yeah, but if Bob were sitting right there, he'd be like, yes, Sook, but give me the other team that has a moniker. You can't find one other than us.
Okay, well, Spurs.
And that's the greatest thing ever.
Spurs don't have a moniker either, but they have 5 titles.
Yeah, that guy's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's on Netflix. Give it a watch. I don't know. Steven, any thoughts?
No, I think you guys hit it right on the head there. I mean, it's just it's weird that's their celebration is that's what he's holding on to is we have a nickname. No one else had a nickname. We got to Game 7, and it wasn't Witsitt's fault. It wasn't Rasheed's fault. It wasn't Damon's fault. It wasn't Bonzi's fault. It was everyone else's fault. And I did the one part that really bothered me was Bonzi when he was talking about when he got traded to the Grizzlies. And he's like, "Oh man, they gave up on me." Like, dog, this was years after you lost to the Lakers, man. Like everything was blown up. You guys suck. Like, of course you're gonna get traded.
Right.
And he's like, no, man, they gave up. I couldn't believe it.
Because I can at least appreciate. So Zach Randolph came behind those guys, and Zach had more problems than, like, Zach's brother went to jail for murder.
Yeah.
Like, Zach Randolph was dogfighting. I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
He's just a bad dude.
He's just a bad guy. Or at least was into bad things. But even Zach, after he got traded to Memphis, even he had some of those edges get shaved off. And Zach Randolph grew and matured and actually became a much better person and teammate and member of society and all that. That's what I'm saying. For the most part, you kind of learn and grow. And so when you get stuck Bob Whitsitt, Rashid, and even Bonzi a little bit, like, that's the part where I'm like, man, 30 years, nothing? None of that changed?
The other thing was, some Blazer fans that love Rashid, they will celebrate the technical foul record. I never understood why anybody would celebrate that.
Yeah,
and Rashid even talked about it like, I deserve some of it, but a lot of it was just because, you know, reputation. Like, you cannot stare a referee down like you're going to murder him and expect to get nothing called on you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at one point, did you ever think if you just didn't do that and maybe you guys smoked half the amount of weed, just kept it on the rails a little bit, or like, I don't know, had some monicum of professionalism, maybe you guys would have won an NBA championship?
He admitted he cussed him out, which is great. I love that he's like, yeah, I cussed him out sometimes. Well, yeah, we saw it.
I did enjoy two little things that they mentioned in passing. One was Rashid said he didn't know who they hired as the new GM.
Yeah.
And it was John Nash.
Yeah.
And Rashid walked in and saw him and goes, oh, my God, that guy's going to trade me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here. See you guys.
And he traded him.
Yeah.
And the other one was they were talking about Pippen, and when they got Pippen, and Stoudamire said Pippen walked in. He was laughing at him. He was like, Pippen walked in with all this security. We were like, dude, what are you doing?
They made him hood. They made him get.
They said in 2 or 3 days his security was gone.
He had the corn because I forgot Pippen had cornrows. Like, that was a good memory that I actually forgot about.
Is the idea that that's a 6-time champion and one of the 20 best players in the NBA, and at no point did you try to maybe be more like Scotty and maybe lean on that? No. You're going to become like us. Why? Like, you've won nothing. That's bizarre to me. You had a fountain of championship knowledge who literally just got done with one of the greatest dynasties, and your whole thing was, nah, that's not how we do it here. Great.
Well, they hadn't won. They hadn't won anything yet. I think they felt that they were going to. Because, I mean, they were the second best team in the league.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't even close. Yeah. It was them and the Lakers and everybody else.
And that was it.
Welcome to being for 1 year. One year.
But then it goes into the whole, and that's in the doc. But Whitsitt then brings in Sean Kent, and then they just changed everything. So they have a point about, hey, just let us run it back. Let's marinate with this. Whitsitt didn't, and that's what they blame. So anyway, check it out. It's on Netflix. We're going to talk more about the era, not necessarily the doc, but just the era with Joey Harrington when he comes on at 5:30. Up next, we have Blazers Spurs audio. You are going to hear Wemby struggling to compliment Denny and the Blazers, I think. And you might hear Denny talk about Portland and struggling to compliment Portland.
I'm kind of excited for this.
I feel like, I picked these clips for a reason. And we'll get to that next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL contract news. The Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a 3-year, $150 million extension. It's going to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The deal includes $134 million in guaranteed money to Will Anderson. Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he is not attending the first phase of the team's offseason program as he is asking for a contract extension that, quote, pays him as the starter, end quote. Now, Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort has come out and said that the Cardinals do not have a starting quarterback as of right now. Some sad news, former Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim outfielder Garrett Anderson passed away today at the age of 53. The team announced that no cause of death was given Anderson, the Angels' all-time leader in hits and All-Star Game MVP in 2003. Co-owner of Chelsea Football Club, Jose E. Feliciano, and his wife, Kwanzaa Jones, are near a deal to purchase the San Diego Padres for $3.9 billion. That sale will top the previous record of $2.4 billion for a Major League Baseball franchise, which was the New York Mets. Doc Rivers announced that he is retiring as an NBA head coach after 27 seasons. Rivers coached 5 teams and won a championship with the Boston Celtics. And we do have play on Friday tonight for the NBA. Hornets taking on the Magic in Orlando for the 8th seed. Then later on, Warriors taking on the Suns down in Phoenix. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Okay, we're almost there. Well, we're really not, but Sunday is game one.
Sunday. Well, I'll be watching WrestleMania, so I mean.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Dual screen?
Wait, is WrestleMania on Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Well,
Two-nighter.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I mean.
Are we finding that Stephen Vaughn is a wrestling fan?
No, my brother is.
Just your
he
brother?
literally today invited me over for WrestleMania over the weekend, and I'm like, I kind of want to watch the NBA playoffs. But we'll see what the kids want to do.
WrestleMania.
So, what time? Do we know what time the game is? Is it a night game?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. 6
Sunday
o'clock.
6.
Spurs, Zers. Get your popcorn.
Is that your Stephen A. Smith? Oh, it's T.O., right?
Get your popcorn ready.
There you go. I don't know why I thought Stephen A. Smith there, but
You might not need popcorn. I don't know. But I want to play some clips.
popcorn is delightful, by the way. I mean, if you're sitting down and you're just kind of aimlessly watching, popcorn is a nice little.
Like if you're gonna go snack wise, watching something, it's not a terrible one.
So I haven't heard much of Wemby talk. So this is, this is a little taste.
Okay.
Now, remember, the Blazers have not played against Wemby yet.
No,
They
played,
sat out all 3 games.
Yeah, all 3 games.
Yeah. So here is Wemby. Somebody asked him about. Now, this one isn't recent. This is from the All-Star weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking Wemby about Denny Avdia and how he's viewed around the league.
Okay.
So you tell me if you think Wemby may be struggling a bit to compliment Denny Avdia.
How's he viewed? Takes a lot of free throws. So playing against him, I haven't played against him this year, but advice is to not defend without fouling. And I don't know how many minutes I'll share with him on the court, but as I was saying before, today was a pretty fun experience. I think what we displayed basketball-wise was solid, and it shows on the results. It was close games with intensity.
Okay, so they asked him about Avdia, and he said, "Well, a lot of free throws."
Yeah.
And then he went into, "Well, today was pretty fun."
Well, again, to be fair, second language. He hadn't played against him, so maybe it was one of those awkward moments where he really didn't.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Wemby also does speak the truth, though.
Yeah.
Wemby,
Does he?
Yeah, Wemby is good in front of the mic, and he's not afraid to challenge people and say. He's talking about how he wants to just be a killer and he wants to be the best of all time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. He will not hold back. He's talking about how he should be the MVP of the league.
He does talk about that a lot.
He will tell the truth of what he thinks.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? There may be an element to that when you are viewed as a one-trick pony. I think that would be. It's not say fair. I can see where a multifaceted player looked at Denny and was like, "Oh, he does one thing. If you don't foul him and you get in front of him, you neutralize him." The problem is, no one really has been able to do that very effectively. You can do one thing and you do it really well, and it's hard to stop. But I can see where someone like Wemby doesn't view him as maybe the problem that others do. Because when you're 7'5" in the middle, that's probably going to be hard for Denny to sit there and get. If Wemby is allowed to be in the middle, I'm guessing that Denny getting to the cup every time against maybe the greatest shot blocker of all time, that could be problematic.
Well, even after the Suns game, Jalen Green on the Suns came out and was like, if you're going to call those fouls or him, you got to call them for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guys around the league look at Denny and say he's not as talented as I am because he doesn't have the bag, he doesn't have the dribble, the handles.
Harden gets some of this, Shea gets some of this. When you're viewed as kind of a foul merchant, I think there's a lot of guys in the league that probably view it that way.
But it's a decent point. Who do you think Wemby is like, whoa?
Jokic. I know with Jokic, he has a very
maybe Luka, and that's about it.
Yeah, when he talks about Jokic and those two, when those two talk about each other, that's kind of you can feel the romance there between those two, where I think greatness appreciates greatness.
I think most of the international guys look at Jokic and respect him a ton.
Because I've heard Wemby talk about Chet and kind of
he hates Chet,
crap on him a lot.
Well, doesn't he just dominate Chet?
They have kind of owned them, and Chet's going to be an all defensive player, and Wemby kind of dismisses.
You can tell Wemby hates him, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like to hear this about Wemby. Now I want to hear more.
Yeah,
he's cool.
Wemby's kind of got an edge.
He does.
Nice.
He's not a. You think of the the nonchalant European.
He's not a soft European.
No, he is not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Here now, tell me if you think Wemby is struggling to compliment the Blazers here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very active team, very physically active is what I mean. Very intense. Not an easy team to play. They've been. They're in the playoffs this year, but they've been. They've been like a tanking team in the past years, and then now playoff teams. Trying to contend. And no matter through the years, still hard to play. Still they have their identity, and they're strong.
He mentioned that they haven't played against you personally this season. Are you like the Spurs' secret weapon in this series?
The least best kept secret. Yeah.
No.
I guess you could say that.
The least best kept secret.
Yeah.
Secret weapon Wemby?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
he was,
What do you
know.
want? What do you want him to say?
Well, I don't know. Fake it. Well, I guess that's what it is. Is like we're
Kind of
used to
tussled some hair a little bit.
we're used to guys like, well, that's a really tough team, and I was just gonna be. We're just gonna have to.
He said they play hard.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
in all
He didn't
honesty,
say, hey, their
He said
defense
they were
is good.
tough, physical.
Yeah, they play hard.
and honestly, there
Good little team.
Good little team.
there is an element to that that's true. You could make an argument that the two best things that the Blazers have going for themselves is Denny downhill, and the team plays their balls off. Like, and it's a big, like, for years we lived on in the world of undersized guards. It's not the case. When you've got big ass Klingon in the middle, and then you throw Jeremy Grant, and then you throw Tumani out there, and Denny's a freaking moose truck. Holiday's not the biggest guy in the world, but he plays his ass off and is a great defender. Now, on the other side, whether it's Scoop, but Shaden's another big guy. Again, not the greatest defender, but it's a long, rangy team that plays really, really hard. They won that game against Phoenix. Phoenix isn't very good, but they won that game because of effort. They played harder than Phoenix did down the stretch. And so I think it was Bill Simmons said this, because Bill Simmons actually really likes the Blazers. He's always very complimentary of the Blazers. And that's what he said. He goes, look, this series probably goes 5 games, but he said the way Portland plays, and he talked about that. He said effort and the intensity which they play. And this is kind of what I alluded to. I think whether it's 5 games or 4 or whatever, the San Antonio Spurs will have a little piece of them taken out. I think if you're getting ready, if you're Denver and you're going to see San Antonio in the second round, I think if you're Denver, you're kind of happy they're playing Portland, because I think Portland's going to take a piece. I think they're going to know that they were in a physical beat-up series. I think Klingon is going to get bodies on Wemby. I think Denny is going to be hyper-aggressive and put his shoulder down and get to the cup. And I think they're going to throw a lot of, and I don't even know if it's going to be Klingon. I think they're going to throw a couple rangy dudes at Wemby and just get up underneath him. Like where sometimes you see the smaller defender. It would not shock me to see Tumani up in Wemby's grill.
Holiday guards Jokic, so I would expect Holiday to guard Wemby in some of the series.
How about the Young Hansen breakout series? No?
Yeah,
No?
Yes.
Got some size.
I'll tell you what, if the big tariff has to play, it's
not a good sign.
You've done stepped in it one too many times.
All right, coming up next, you're going to hear from Avdia. You can hear from the Blazers side. We've got Denny and Klingon.
I love how no one, we're all freaking out over T-shirts now.
Oh, no, whoa.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
What are we doing?
That'll be top of the hour. Tom Dundon can go to hell.
What are we doing?
We'll be back on The Fan. All right, a little more audio here for you. Blazers Spurs, Game 1, San Antone, Sunday at 6. I got Avdia. Now this one...
Bloop. What you got?
What do I have?
I don't
this
know.
this is him just talking about... Are these the same clip, Steven? I can't... Nope, sorry, my bad. I have bad eyes, even though I had LASIK.
Are your eyes very important to you?
They are.
Maybe you should talk to Henry Winkler.
Jed Fish gets me hot.
Maybe that's why Jed Fish gets you hot.
You burned your retinas.
Yeah. It's like
My eyes are very important to me.
it's one of my all-time favorite commercials. Thanks, Henry.
Yeah, I just need my readers. I got to go get my readers. They're in the other room.
Getting old is great, isn't it?
It sure is, fella. Apparently, I've hit perimenopause as well.
Happens, dude. Happens to the best of us.
So here's Avdia talking about being the underdog in the series.
People didn't predict us beating the Suns as well. So, I mean, the predictions only the predictions. I feel like not a lot of people, especially around the league, know our capabilities and our talent very well. I think we're a dangerous team. I think we have the talent. Obviously, we come as an underdog, but we're going to go out there and compete. And we're not backing up, and we're not scared of anybody. So I really believe in the guys, and I think we're better than what we've shown this season.
All right.
Yeah, that's a fair thing. Now, I will say, there's the difference between someone thinking you're not going to beat Phoenix in one game and then beating maybe the second best team in the entire NBA when you're 15-33 against 500 teams.
I will say this, though, fully healthy. There's only one guy on the injury report is Damian Lillard.
Yes.
So we haven't seen this since the start of the year when they came out, were pressing teams.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they're going to win the series. I think they can win a game, but it may make it a little more tough on the Spurs knowing that they do have a full roster to kind of throw at them and maybe try to change some things up a little bit.
Would you like to hear Avdia talk about Portland?
Yeah.
The city.
Hit
Now,
me.
this is from a podcast or something.
Okay.
It's from Old Man and the Three. Used to be JJ Redick's
JJ
podcast.
Redick.
Yeah, so it's a little longer form.
Who does that now?
It was whoever his partner was. I don't know his name. Some
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, so you tell me if you think Denny maybe hates Portland a little bit.
What was your feeling when the trade happened?
Holy shit, how I'm dealing with the rain. Like, all I thought about was because I'm I thrive in sun.
Oh, we know.
And it's not, and DC doesn't.
You said he wanted to go to SEC school.
Yeah. I built such a comfortable and good life in DC, with, staff, players, the city, restaurants, whatever. And then in just one moment, it's all been taken away. And going from farther east to crazy west, in northwest, it's a complete. Also, it's a culture change too as well.
Yeah,
It's a great city though.
It is. I'm not taking shots on the city. I learned how to love it. It has its own pros too.
How long did it take you to feel comfortable basketball wise?
Well, when I came here first, I struggled. I looked like the shadow of myself until I kind of I had a conversation with Chauncey about how do I impact the game? What do the team actually needs from me,
Bro.
And I feel when I thrived is when I got the board, the rebound, and I just pushed in transition. Most of my game was kind of based off transition and just creating. And then I don't know, just my confidence was building. I became more comfortable with the city. I became more comfortable with my teammates. I was way more connected to them, and they loved seeing me succeed and building confidence. And I felt it was just it got kind of turned around.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I think honesty.
Yeah.
And no one wants to hear it, but I doubt someone from Israel whose first experience in the United States is Washington, D.C.
Right.
And then comes to Portland. I don't think anyone, honestly, probably landing in Portland thinks this place is great. It's just, if you were raised in Portland and you got dumped in the middle of New York City, you probably wouldn't love it. It's just, there's an adjustment. So I think sometimes in Portland we get a little, we get a little bee in our bonnet because we're well, how dare you? But I think that's totally fair where he said he's learned to love it. Do I think Denny loves being here in Portland? No. Is Denny going to make his off-season home here? Probably not. But
good little city.
But I do think that you can learn to love your teammates. I think you learn to find your spots and all of that. But
yeah,
The fans have embraced him.
The fans have certainly embraced him. I don't know how realistic it is to think that the majority of your players are going to be like Dame. Dame clearly got here and was like, this is home. And Steve Blake did that. Terry Porter did it. Jerome Kersey. But that's a handful of guys. Everyone else, no. So.
Well, let's run him out of town then. Can't have that.
If you don't like it here, get out of here.
We need the new Jerome Kersey.
Plus, once Denny makes an All-NBA team, fingers crossed, then he's going to be, we'll be able to give him more money here than anywhere else.
Well, I think the thing that he was talking about, and yes, he's from Israel, but I think even American guys, the idea of coming to Portland is like
scary.
Yeah, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yes, especially if they haven't been up here.
Yep.
So if you turn on the TV and anyone talks about Portland, it's never good.
No.
Well, there's that part
That
too.
part, and then it's like, oh, I'm a young, rich athlete. What am I
It's
going
just
to do in Portland?
Very off the radar, very unknown.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know.
Yep. Every time I've traveled and people ask me where I'm from and I say Portland, you might as well say the moon. You just say like
Seattle.
Well, I always do that. Do you know California? Yeah, above that. And they're like, oh, that's all you can say is California, go up, and we're there.
Nah.
Yeah, he has, God, in the documentary, Bonzi thought Portland was Portland, Maine. So
that thing's enormous. Whoa.
And remember, too, the basketball, if you land here, when was Denny traded? Because that was the middle of the year. So he probably got dealt November, December, something like that. It was obviously before the trade deadline. So Denny landed here. My God, he landed here probably in January. Of all the times you can land in Portland and be like, welcome to your city.
It was June.
It was June?
Yeah.
I thought he came in the middle of
July 6th.
I thought he came in the middle of the city or in the season. So he came in the off season, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
well, then that's a little bit better.
But he already knew of the rain and stuff because he's played here.
Yeah. Why did I think he was a trade deadline deal?
I don't know.
My bad.
You're an idiot.
Clearly. But
Those guys are total losers.
At least that's better. At least he got to come here and get a month or two of good weather. Imagine getting dealt here in like I saad, at the trade deadline in February and then be like, welcome to Portland. Although we are the new San Diego.
That's true.
One last clip here. Donovan Clingan. You remember him?
I do remember.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
He says this is why they play the game.
I love it. It's playoff basketball, tournament basketball, whatever you want to call it, is a lot of fun. It's the most competitive time of year. It shows, really brings out and shows exactly what type of player you are in certain moments. And I feel like this is what you live for. You live to play in the playoffs. You live to play those 7-game series. It's just fun. So really just going out there, having the right mindset, and competing to win on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
I love him. I actually love Donovan Clingan because he looks like he has fun playing basketball. You don't get that a lot in the NBA.
All right. Yeah. Do you think he's holding court in practice? Like, guys, I was at UConn. We won the title. Here's what we do.
It's a big game.
Here's how we do it.
I don't know what that carries.
I don't think much.
Well, I know from my time in the NFL, college means nothing. And I mean zero.
I think a lot of these guys would
But do you
laugh
think
at
it
that.
makes it when he's on the court, he's...
I think that...
He's not out of his mind?
No, I think that having played in those games for him personally, I'll say this. I don't worry about him as much shrinking in big moments. I do think that matters playing on those big stages. I'm just not certain that you can use that as some sort of, hey guys, I won,
rally.
I won titles. I know what I'm doing. You may get someone that tells you to. I think it's hard when Holiday's in that huddle and be like, and Klingon's like, hey everybody, I won titles. And Holiday's like, yeah, that's a cool tin ring that you have here.
I do want to tell you that
nice Jotson's ring. I've got real ones.
I took the private jet down to San Antonio today to check out Spurs practice.
Yeah, how'd that go?
To cover that, and then came back up here for the show.
It's all about drip, man.
And when I was down there, there was a Greg Popovich sighting.
Really?
If you've been wondering if he's on his deathbed,
Mm-hmm.
he was out there, and he's a little more portly than he used to be.
Yeah, there's a photo I've seen going around, and he uses
He has a walk. Well, in this instance, there was a guy walking behind him that had it handy,
Mm-hmm.
but he is very gimpy, and he's a little more plump than you remember him, but he was there, and he was walking around giving encouragement to guys in his
He
little
looks
basketball shorts.
much better than he did like a couple months ago.
Yeah, he doesn't look to be knocking on heaven's door.
That's good.
Put it that way.
Where before he did.
He definitely did.
Yes.
It looked like, we were going to lose him.
He had a stroke, right?
I think he had 2.
Did he have 2?
One was at a restaurant, and then he had an episode at another restaurant. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, no.
But he'll be out there.
Okay. So that's their secret weapon?
Like Chauncey is our secret weapon, from prison. Oh, wait.
I don't think Chauncey is allowed to travel to Texas.
Well, I know. He's at his house, right, in
Colorado.
Can he secret text message Tiago? Hey, I've been watching the film.
Don't you think he probably is?
I don't think he can have contact with the team.
No,
Well, I know he can't, but don't you think he probably is?
I don't think so. I think
sliding in the DMs.
I think Tiago Splitter knows that if you get caught
WhatsApp
talking to Chauncey,
OnlyFans.
No one's. Yeah.
Are they chatting through OnlyFans?
I think so.
Wouldn't that be something? Well, a bunch of those guys are pleading now. They're taking the plea deal. So
It's actually pretty neat.
that means either Chauncey's pleading pretty soon or he's about to get rolled over on.
Yeah. Do you think he goes to jail?
I think he pleads. So I think if he
won't go to
he
jail.
goes to jail, it will be minor. It'll be a minor jail term. I think he knows that what he's staring at, you do not risk. They'll offer
So he's
him,
not going to go to jail.
I think he does.
Oh, you do?
I'm going to say 9 to 14 months.
Wow.
In a, in a Martha Stewart like white collar.
I think no. I don't think he goes.
I don't think he goes either.
I don't think they're pleading out to. No, I don't think they're pleading out to.
All right,
I think when he's coaching the Blazers next year on the sideline.
Mark it down.
Yeah, less than 2 years, but I think he will serve some time.
What is today?
17th.
4/17. So
It's playing Friday.
I have this little corner of my notes where I jot down our predictions.
He's staring at 20 plus years in prison. You're not going to go from a 20 years to a plead of, no countsies. I'm good. I just don't buy that.
So you said how long?
I'm going to go 9 to 18 months of some sort of, he'll be allowed to play basketball and, sign some autographs for some guards.
Okay, it's officially logged. Yeah. We will revisit these hot predictions. All right, now listen, there is a real big controversy over games 3 and 4 here in Portland.
It's so silly.
No, it's not.
Hold on, everybody.
This is a problem.
Oh, believe me, with the moment we even mentioned it, I had a buddy of mine text, and he's livid because he's going to the game.
Well,
he's not happy about it.
Guess what he's not getting?
Nope. Stevie Brackett's over there has already commented on it.
Tom Dundon. I don't know, man.
Making enemies.
0 for 1.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next on The Fan.
George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a monster 3-year, $150 million extension. It's going to make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Deal includes $134 million in guaranteed money. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he's not attending the team's first phase of offseason program, and he's asking for a contract extension that pays him as the starter. Now, Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort has come out and said that the Cardinals don't actually have a starting quarterback as of right now. Some sad news, former Angels outfielder Garrett Anderson passed away today at the age of 53. The team announced that. No cause of death was given. Anderson is the Angels' all-time leader in hits and was the All-Star Game MVP in 2003. Co-owner of Chelsea Football Club, Jose E. Feliciano, and his wife, Kwanzaa Jones, are near a deal to purchase the San Diego Padres for $3.9 billion. The sale price will top the previous record of $2.4 billion for a Major League Baseball franchise, which was the New York Mets. Doc Rivers announced that he is going to be retiring as an NBA head coach after 27 seasons. Rivers coached 5 teams and won a championship with the Celtics. And we do have some play-in basketball tonight. Hornets taking on the Magic in Orlando. Charlotte, a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Later on, we got the Warriors in Phoenix taking on the Suns, where the Suns are 2.5-point favorites. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Hi, welcome back. This is our second hour of radio broadcast here on a Friday. You have Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network. So, yeah, big controversy already in the Blazers-Spurs series, and the damn thing hasn't even started.
This is so stupid.
So, according to Guillermo Mota, he is a reporter for KATU. On your side. Aren't they the on your side ones?
I don't know. Isn't everyone on our side?
Well, they like to, I think that's their slogan.
Yeah, or was that, I thought that was Kyle Aboshi. Wasn't that Channel 6? Wasn't it Coin? I don't know. Someone's on your side.
I feel like Guillermo's on our side.
K2 is on your side.
Yeah, they're on your side. Maybe Coin 6 is looking out for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Looking out for you. On your side.
Got your back, bro.
There you go.
Don't really care about you.
No.
Guillermo tweeted, Trailblazers president Dwayne Hankins says fans will not receive playoff T-shirts for games 3 and 4 at the Moda Center when they host the Spurs.
So this came to light because if you've seen the Spurs layout for game 1 is every section has a different colored shirt in San Antonio colors. And it's all about drip, man. They're all laid out. And most teams do this for the playoffs.
Aren't their colors black and white?
Yeah, but there's also
They're doing the old school one with the light blue, the
and pink.
Yeah.
So like
six layout.
Yeah, like the like a desert sunset sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like the original David Robinson at the Alamo Dome.
Yeah. And most teams do this for the playoffs. You lay out a shirt. And so the drums are already beating that our owner is a cheap ass. And so I have a little birdie told me there's some people over at One Senate Court that are worried that maybe their free lunches are going away. It's like that level. I guess.
Wait. They get free lunch?
I guess they get free lunch.
Yeah, they've been getting free lunches.
Yeah.
According to my little birdie.
From who?
From the Blazers.
From the Blazers.
Well, what does that mean? They have their own
every
cafeteria?
day they would get a free lunch.
Yes. So
Dude,
if you work there, you get a free lunch. So now everyone's worried that the free lunches are going away and there's no T-shirts.
They had to check out of the hotel like a day early. People saw like all the gear like in the lobby.
Yeah, like
An Odyssey station.
Where's Odyssey on this?
If you
No Jody Allen.
if you had to leave late at night, a lot of times teams will just stay.
Yeah.
Like if you have an evening game, you just stay at the hotel and then you leave in the morning, you get on the plane. Apparently those days are over. It's like, get your ass on the plane. We're out of here. We're not paying for an extra night. So it's just one of those things where everyone now is going to be like, great, we have the cheapest owner in sports. I would also like to point out that the Carolina Hurricanes, who is the other team that has been dundoned, right? The NHL playoffs are starting on Sunday. Would you care to guess?
Number one.
Who is the number one seed in the East?
But do they have T-shirts for game 1? That's all I care about.
Do they leave the hotel early?
Do they get free lunches?
This won't stand.
It's possibly, but they're 53 and 22. They're pretty good. They're the number one
Don't
seed.
care. I
So
need
let
my
me
T-shirt.
let me read you some of the replies to Guillermo's tweet. Cheap ass owner, we doomed.
Yeah.
Cheap ass bitch.
Oh, for God's sakes.
The need to plan for this, and I'm sure they didn't have an idea before the season, and they were going to the playoffs, and they cannot order 20,000 shirts in 1 week.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that actually could be true. I don't know. Not buying tickets then, SMH.
Oh, really?
Horrible look for this franchise. First time in the playoffs in 5 years, and this is how you reward the fan base? Wow, this is very disappointing as a fan. Should you be allowed to buy an NBA team if you don't have enough money to put T-shirts on the chairs for the playoffs and opening night? Bye, bitch.
Jeebus.
Another one says, how cheap can you be? Not impressed. Long-time season ticket holder, and the Blazers were always taking good care of the fans. I see things are changing.
They're actually losers. This is the most Portland thing ever. We have no idea, by the way. It might be that they couldn't get the T-shirts done in time. I'm assuming most of the time, too, that you get those crappy free T-shirts, the Blazers probably don't even pay for them because there's like a bad Wells Fargo logo on the back. I would assume that Wells Fargo paid for that. Is it possible that we didn't have
the salespeople?
We didn't have a sponsor, or like they couldn't logistically get it? I don't know.
If you don't give the sales guys free lunch, how are they supposed to sell the T-shirt deal?
I think they're still getting free lunch.
I think it's really sexy.
They're worried about the free lunch going
They have
away.
to have sustenance.
I don't know. The fear mongering from him moving the team to now, like the cutting radio broadcasts to
We've
now
moved
T-shirts.
on, though. We've moved on from the team moving to now T-shirts, so that's a positive side.
I would like to point out the hockey team that he owns, number one team.
Hey, that's all.
Number one team in the East.
But I mean, why? Come on, Hankins. What is this? Like, tell us why.
Oh, well, Hankins, he did reply to the San Antonio picture of all the T-shirts.
What did he say?
He said that looks like pretty cool.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Wish I could do that. Not going to do it.
You know what's going to happen is the Blazers are going to have to release a statement about the T-shirts. Yeah, Hankins just he retweeted the Spurs one and said, this looks awesome. They're gonna have to respond to it.
What?
Is it possible that this movement gets T-shirts, or does Dundon hear this and is like, "Really, you sons of bitches? Yeah, no T-shirt for you, no T-shirt for you."
Well, they got a week. They got a week to do it. Week deadline.
You got a week to get
Are you
some
telling me
T-shirts.
Game 3 isn't until Sunday?
Friday.
So
it's Friday of next week.
Yeah.
So they play Sunday, Tuesday, and then they have to wait till Friday.
Sounds about right.
I'll pull this up. I thought it was Friday.
What if they gave tank tops so they could save money on the sleeves?
Because how much does a T-shirt cost if you're buying them in bulk?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We need T-shirt bro to
Well, I
chime
would
in.
say that, here's a real thing. Tom Dundon can afford T-shirts.
Can he?
Yes, he can.
He's not proving it.
I mean, I can't imagine that's that expensive.
Yeah, Friday, by the way, 7:30 on Prime Video.
There's a difference between not wanting to and not being able to afford it. It's like he could do it, but he's like, why?
So let's assume 20,000 T-shirts. If you're getting a mass-produced without a sponsor,
How much per shirt?
$4.
That's what I was thinking.
$4.
That's
like
how much
it just
money
says like
that
Rip
is?
City on it or something.
$4. And by the way, you're buying in bulk. That might be more like $350.
So times 20,000. That's what, 80,000.
That's $80,000 per game.
I don't think you
I'm
can afford
pretty
it.
sure Tom Dundon can afford it.
Then give me my T-shirt, bro.
Then get BioFreeze or whatever. Get someone to screen print it on the back, and they'll pick up half the cost. My God.
Are you ready for the single-ply toilet paper when you go poop at the Mode Center? Because
they already have it.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh. Uh-oh. That I can't. I cringe to think what's next.
They're gonna take out like the urinals and put Tross in there.
Dude, I'll tell you that. Hey, you know what? The trough isn't a bad idea. That moves things along. But I would tell you that even up in the because my gal's company has a suite, so a couple of times a year we go to those games. Even up there, let me tell you, the toilet paper, it's that same recycled weird, scratchy crap that we don't. Even up in the nice places, they don't give you good toilet paper. No one does good toilet paper. Nobody. I bet you Balmer has nice toilet paper.
I bet Jody Allen would have T-shirts.
I think she would.
Someone said I have 3 Blazer playoff shirts. They are workout and lawn mowing shirts. I'll live without them in the future. As someone who loves free stuff to wear in my world, he's kind of bummed. So, I mean,
he's not alone.
What are we?
There are a lot of people that are very mad about this.
Wow. I'm just, my fingers are crossed that someone over there at One Center Court is going to have to respond to this T-shirt crisis and be like, we heard you, and I want them to be the worst. This is my dream. Like,
we apologize.
I want them to apologize and then put out T-shirts, and I want them to be the worst T-shirts ever. Just the most janky, hurriedly thrown together. It just, you want T-shirts? Here you go. Fetch.
What if they start playing music in the arena off of Spotify with ads?
Oh, I like it.
Like he cuts premium, and so now you have to listen to ads during songs
instead of
or like the mascot
instead of the
then an ad comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of the red panda, you get like the maroon muskrat.
Right.
There's some Vietnamese lady out there on a much smaller unicycle.
Don't the Blazers have 2 mascots?
Yeah.
What if they give them an aisle to patrol? Like they're like ushers, but also mascots.
They have to do
you
both.
know, look, they got to do more.
Yeah, because you have Blaze and then you got Doug Fur.
I want Doug Fur to give me my popcorn. That'd be great.
I saw Doug Fur up close and personal for the first time. He is more terrifying in person. It is alarming that thing is allowed to roam the bowels of Moda Center. It's terrifying.
Would it be a wash here if Dundon fired Doug Fur? For you, is that
if we fired Doug Fur, can we get T-shirts?
That'd be a positive.
Can we take his salary?
No T-shirts, but I'll fire Doug Fur. That's the deal.
Well, I will tell you that if we're cutting salary, let me just say, Doug Fur, your ass is on the chopping block.
Yeah, you're new, bro.
Yeah,
T-shirt guy is in on the text line. He said you'd be surprised. Tanks are almost the exact same price as T-shirts, and the cheap Gildan shirts are less than Sook's guess, so less than $3 or $4.
Wow. So that's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. I don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah, but then you're going to give me that weird Hanes beefy cotton tee, and no one wants that.
What about a half shirt? You could save some money with that.
I like that. Can we do some fringes?
Yeah, well, that would cost more.
The Lakers gave out jerseys. They gave out Luka jerseys.
Spare no expense for your fans. Must be nice.
When you got a rich owner. I'm about to sell my ticket now. I'm never going back.
I love that this is going to be, no matter what Tom Dundon does, this stigma of being cheap is going to follow that dude every step of the way.
Every single time. Every move he makes, it's going to be like, man, he's so cheap.
Yes. Can't we just, how about that? What if we got Panda Express shirts? Can we do that?
I'm in.
You know.
Yeah, the Panda guy has some extra Panda Express shirts.
Get is it the Chungs? What are their names? Andrew and Peggy? Just give me a shirt with the Panda Express logo on it that says Blazers, and we'll call it that. You're telling me Panda Express can't pony up for some shirts?
Yeah, like employee shirts.
There you go.
They got a warehouse full of those.
Exactly. Things. Just what if you showed up and it was that instead of Blazer shirts, it was just Panda? Would you be happy?
Yeah, my son loves Panda Express.
I'm not gonna lie.
Favorite place to eat.
I think I'd
rather have that.
Given my choice between a Blazer
like a Wells Fargo,
a random Blazer Wells Fargo T-shirt, or just a Panda Express T-shirt, I might take the Panda shirt.
What if they just have white T-shirts with Blazers written on them in Sharpie?
Yes, do that.
But Dundon wrote it.
Yeah, you just see you just in there. He's writing it, signing his name on there.
Yeah, he's already being called Discount Dundon on the text line.
It's just, why can't we be rational about things? Why do we have to jump to these?
I love it.
I'm pissed.
Love every.
Oh, believe me, Blazer Twitter might be my favorite reason to have that stupid app. And let me tell you, from Pinwheel Empire to Sean Higgett, everyone is upset. Everybody.
Everyone else is doing it. Why can't we do it?
It's not that you don't get T-shirts. It's that everyone else does.
It does raise an interesting question, and we'll leave it at
Does
this.
it raise an interesting question? I
What
don't
if
think it does?
Yeah, it does. What if discount Dundon?
Yeah.
Like the fans get nothing. Like their ticket prices go up. Everything from a fan perspective sucks worse, but they win a title.
Yes.
Do fans want that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they?
Fans don't. I do.
Because it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they want T-shirts and a decent little.
Tell you
team.
what, they weren't prepared. They didn't think the Blazers would make it out of play on Tuesday.
Pinwheel Empire, who I love those guys. They put, how did we go from Rip City runs deep to Rip City runs cheap? And then Bill Orm retweeted it and just wrote, good tweet. I'm telling you, everyone's in on it. Columnists to people that cover the team, Blazer fan groups, Rip City runs cheap. There's your T-shirt right there.
All Dwayne Hankins wants to do right now is go to happy hour, and he can't.
He can't.
He tried the Friday news dump. Did not work.
I guarantee that he is sitting somewhere right now having to have a conversation about free T-shirts.
Well, because that came out at like 2 o'clock or 2:15. Like
Yeah.
that's when I sent it to you, Isaac. Was like 2:15. Like he literally tried to just dump this on a Friday.
Dude, I am so pissed because I went to an open house thing yesterday, and one of the guys that was there was the guy who was in charge of Blazer Premium Experiences. Had I only known, I could have just given I could have given him the business.
Yeah, by the way, he's about to be fired.
The premium experience.
There's nothing premium about this experience.
God, why couldn't this news have broken just one day sooner? Because I would have cornered it. We ended up talking for a while. I would have loved to have cornered him and be like, hey, man, what's up with this T-shirt madness? Just to see his expression. Because I guarantee they're taking calls on it right now. You know who probably is more pissed about the free T-shirt thing? Not the guy in the 300 level. It's the rich
Front
people.
desk lady.
The people that are like, whoa, premium experience, and I don't get a T-shirt. It's like, you paid how much for this seat, and yet you're concerned about a $6 T-shirt. You're damn right I am.
All right, a quick segment on pronouncing Lake Oswego next on The Fan.
The Fan.
apologize.
Real quick here, I want to play something for you. Now, this could be a nothing burger, but I don't know. I have to bring it to your attention.
Talk to me.
I saw this interview with David Benavidez. He's a boxer, and he was doing a podcast with Trista Crick. And Trista is she's not from here, but at least I don't think
she is from here. Her
well,
mom,
she lives here. I don't think she's.
She went to Oregon. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she's from here.
Local. Her mom still lives here. She sometimes does her show parts of the year over here. Very nice lady.
Right. So she is familiar with the area.
Yes.
And I think lives here. So this is her interviewing David Benavidez, and see if anything jumps out to you.
Okay.
So I met him years ago, and then it's big shout out to Damon
Time's out. You may not hear Trista. This is her podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. And David is talking about meeting Damian Lillard.
Okay.
So I met him years ago, and then it's big shout out to Dame Lillard. He's a gentleman. He's a true man. He's a great man. You know, he's somebody I really respect a lot. You know, on the basketball court, in person, in real life. You know, he's a great dude all around. I met him through this guy right here, my strength and conditioning trainer. I actually lived in Oregon. I lived in Lake Oswego for like 2 years. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. I love it.
She's from Portland.
That's where I am.
Yeah, Lake Oswego?
Yeah, Portland, yeah.
It's beautiful out there. And I love it, you know what I mean? When I got there, you know, I met Dame, and I didn't really know too much about basketball, but I had a conversation with him for like about an hour, me not knowing who Damian Lillard was, and he seemed like a regular person, you know. He didn't seem like, you know, a stuck-up person to show off or this and that, and that's really what impressed me more. That we could have a, you know, conversation, you know, a good conversation without, you know, me feeling weird. You know, he treated me with a lot of respect, and I was nobody, you know what I mean? And, but yeah, we've been training with him. You know, he's been boxing for a while. He boxes with my guy right here. He's a great guy, bro. I really like Damian Lillard a lot. He's a great man.
Oh, he gave us a little bro there. At the
Yeah,
end.
he did.
That was a little Shia LaBeouf, bro. Nah. Lake Oswego. What,
Yeah.
How do we now? Is that just an accent, or
Well, he does have a little bit of an accent, but
is that? I have never heard that. Like, do we have another Willamette on our hands here?
it's possible. Though some of that may just be an accent.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, can we cut it? Can I just hear it? Like,
no.
Oh, sorry.
What do you think this is?
That would take me a while.
Okay.
You think I'm good? Yeah, come on.
I don't know. I do kind of like it.
Lake Oswego. He said it twice.
Yeah. Well, clearly that's how he
Should
pronounced
she
it.
have?
No.
Yes, I
corrected
do.
him?
No.
Well, maybe not.
No.
But if he lived there
Well, he didn't.
for 2, he did. He said he lived there for 2 years.
Well, CJ McCollum lived here for like 6, and he still
Exactly.
called it the Willamette.
Well, this is why I'm bringing it up. That is unbelievable. If you lived in a place for 2 years and you still can't pronounce it, that blows me away.
I kind of like it. Does this now become the official? Do we make the official switch? Because I would tell you what, I think call it the Willamette.
I feel
ever.
like
or Deschutes. I won't.
Steven is going to get the clip.
Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not.
Willamette.
And we are going to call it Lake Oswego.
Oswego. You know what it does? It's like when you call Chipotle. It spices it up a little bit.
I think so.
It gives.
It also pisses people off because they hear it and they don't really know where it comes from. And they're like, you don't even know. It's Lake Oswego.
It gives it a little Latin flair, and for Lake Oswego, I like it because it'll piss off a bunch of rich white people. Yeah, I think we
Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego,
and we'll go to the Willamette in Lake Oswego.
Willamette.
Now the Willamette one, that is, you're from here, so you wouldn't know this.
Yeah.
But when you are not from here, that is how you want to say it. Like,
Sure.
That's how I said it at first. And of course, you get corrected, and it's over.
I think no matter where I guarantee in Kansas you have some places that are,
sure.
you know,
Of course.
they're a little wonky like that.
Yeah, but it's like you get corrected. Like, it just blows me away that CJ McCollum lived here for so long and still called it the Willamette. Fascinating. Fascinating.
Well, again, 2 years. I wonder how many people just called it Lake O while he was there. Or, again, I don't know where he's from, but he's got an accent. He's got a Latin accent. So maybe there's,
Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego.
Somebody said, what about Rashid and Dame pronouncing it on, Damon Stoudamire pronouncing it on the Jailblazers doc? I listened for that because somebody else brought that up, and I didn't hear
Lake Oswego?
Yeah, they didn't say it that way.
Well, they called it Lake No.
Well, yeah, they did. They did do that.
Are we allowed to say that?
I don't want to say it.
You don't want to say it? Okay.
No.
All right, here we go. Steven found it. Here we go.
Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego.
Yeah, it may be an accent.
I think it's an accent.
You're right.
Lake Oswego.
Yeah, because he's I don't know where.
I think we're gonna let him off the
What
hook.
was that guy's name?
David Benavidez, I think.
Yep.
But I didn't hear. Oh, you know where I did hear it? It wasn't Rashid and Stoudamire. It was Colin Cowherd. He said Oswego.
Well, maybe are we missing that the entire time? Is it?
Could we be wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
Well, it says he's from the United States.
We've got a problem on our hands. guys.
Nationality? Now, did he? I wonder if he's an immigrant. But
That when you hear it short, it does sound like it's maybe just his accent.
Lake Oswego.
well, he's got to be from like Puerto Rico or maybe Cuba and came over here. Yeah. There's seriously an accent there.
Are we letting him off the hook or not?
We let him off the hook.
We're letting him off. Really? We're not putting that next to Willamette?
I do like. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's kind of fun.
Let's use the drop.
I think we should.
Lake
use
Oswego.
Yeah, we're officially going to use that.
Yeah, I enjoy this.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
And we're not making fun of David.
Well, his nickname is the Mexican Monster, so clearly
He will murder us if we make fun of him. So let's not do that.
That's true.
That might be why Dame was so nice to him. One, Dame loves boxing, and two, you might not want to get your ass kicked. Like, if you're boxing with that guy and he's known as the Mexican Monster, maybe that's not the guy that you want to big time.
I'm not going to call him out on Lake Oswego. I'm not going to call him out if Mexican.
He was born to a Mexican father and an Ecuadorian mother. So yeah, they're clearly
Where?
Lake Oswego.
I think he was born in Lake Oswego.
Mariotto.
No, he said he only lived there for 2 years.
Roger Goodell, Commissioner Goodell.
Tua Tag Ovalia.
That's still
Still the
that's
best.
still my favorite.
That's the best one ever.
Tag Ovalia.
Tonga Valawa.
God.
No.
In the news is next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a 3-year, $150 million contract extension. Is going to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Deal includes $134 million in guaranteed money. Speaking of someone who wants more money, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he is not attending the first phase of the team's offseason program, and he's asking for a contract extension that, quote, pays him as the starter, end quote. Cardinals general manager Monty Austinfort has now come out and said that the Cardinals don't actually have a starting quarterback as of right now, and it'll be a competition. Former Angels outfitter Garrett Anderson passed away today at the age of 53. The team announced that. No cause of death was given. Anderson, the Angels' all-time leader in hits and was All-Star Game MVP back in 2003. San Diego Padres are near to be selling for $3.9 billion to the co-owner of Chelsea Football Club, Jose E. Feliciano, and his wife, Kwanzaa Jones. If it sells for $3.9 billion, that'll be the top Major League Baseball franchise, the highest Major League Baseball franchise. Last one was the New York Mets at $2.4 billion. Doc Rivers announced that he will be retiring as a head coach in the NBA after 27 seasons. Rivers coached 5 teams, won a championship with the Boston Celtics. And we do have playing Friday tonight. Hornets taking on the Magic, Suns taking on the Warriors. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn for the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
All right, nice to have you along. We are perennially behind today.
Oh, yeah.
And that will likely continue next hour with Joey, but whatever.
If I had a free Blazer t-shirt, we'd be on time.
That's Steven's fault. Well, not his fault, but it's Steven's problem. Put it that way. He's going to have to deal with it. It is currently, I don't even know, April 17, 2026. Time for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello. It's brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com.
Have you drunkenly crashed a scooter and need someone to represent you?
Please be seated.
I was totally sober when I crashed, by the way.
Today is National Kickball Day.
Ooh, when's the last time you played a good game of kickball?
Well, it's probably been since like middle school, but I do remember enjoying kickball.
Yeah, kickball was always fun.
It was a fun game.
I may have played it camping maybe 15 years ago when the kids were young.
Yeah, nobody really plays kickball. You don't see it much.
No.
Hey, do they still do it at recess, like with the
Do we
kids?
even have recess anymore?
Did they
Stevie
cut
Brackets,
recess?
do you have recess with the kids?
Yes, they do. At my kids' school, they got banned from playing kickball because there's too many fights. And then they got banned from playing basketball because there's too many fights. But I guess they have brought back kickball now within the last week or two.
This stuff getting hairy out in Milwaukee.
In the Oak Grove, OG, baby.
I'll be damned.
I love Oak Grove.
Yeah.
Soft spot in my cold little dead heart.
Yeah.
If the kids get after it in kickball.
It is also Blah 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 Day.
No bunting in kickball, by the way. Don't be a candy ass.
Yeah,
blah,
totally.
blah, blah.
Yeah. Blah Blah Blah. That means do things that people have been nagging you about doing.
No.
Because normally it's like blah,
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 blah.
blah.
They want you to do them today.
Yeah, don't tell my lady that.
I won't. This one's for you West Siders. West Side.
I knew that was coming. You couldn't help it.
Life Flight Network has quietly dropped a full-time critical care airbase into Hillsborough Airport, complete with an airplane, a helicopter, and crews on duty 24/7.
That's kind of cool, right?
Company leaders and local responders say the West Side Station will shave precious minutes off some emergency transports and take pressure off ground ambulances stuck in rush hour traffic.
Nice.
For Washington County residents and coastal communities that funnel patients into Portland hospitals, those minutes can translate into a real difference in outcomes.
Oh, yeah.
The move also marks a return to Hillsborough for Life Flight, which previously operated from hospital-based locations before restructuring its footprint years ago.
Yeah, when I was in college, I had to do a thing on epidemiology and like public health. And one of the things was if you live in the middle of a big city or if you live in the sticks, your death rate in the case of an emergency medical thing,
much higher,
sky high.
Yeah.
Than if you live in the burbs or whatever. Because if you're in a city, most medical emergencies like heart attacks happen rush hour, morning or afternoon, and you ain't getting to a hospital and they're not getting to you. And then if you live out in the sticks, same thing.
Yeah.
You just can't get there in time.
So that's good little news.
Yeah.
Good little Friday news.
Thumbs up.
If you get stabbed in a bar, who is at fault?
Well, I would have guessed that. Well, I would assume it's the guy or the gal, to be fair, that stabs you, but might be your own fault for being a jackass.
Could it be the bar's fault?
Oh, I saw this, actually. Yeah, this was ridiculous.
A woman is suing a popular Northwest Portland bar after she was stabbed there in late December. In a complaint filed April 14th, Faith Dunham accuses the owners of River Pig Saloon of putting bar patrons at risk by failing to provide adequate security despite being aware of recurring fights in and around the business. She is seeking $20 million US dollars.
Dude, let me just state for the record, if I was on that jury, you ain't getting jack S. $20 million for getting stabbed. She didn't die or anything. She didn't even have like a serious medical thing. $20 million. Get out of here.
Yeah, she was transported with non-life-threatening injuries.
Exactly. The gal who got run over by the Max and lost both of her legs, she got 7, but you got like some superficial wounds at a bar, 20 mil. Now, I will say, that place, like on a weekend,
River Pig?
Dude, it's
fun.
It is packed.
It's wild in there.
So you're telling me you went to one of the most popular like nightclubs, wall to wall, and somehow you like it's their fault for being popular? pound sand. What's this girl's name? Faith?
Faith.
Oh, get bent.
Have faith in faith.
You know, you're
Yeah, no, you're right. River Pig, isn't River Pig like where a lot of the NBA bros go?
Yeah,
That's where, like,
it is a scene.
Luca used to hang out in there.
Yeah, and if you go like on a Friday night, dude, that is wall to wall. It's very loud.
Tony Taylor, also known as Lil Tony,
Lil Tony,
was indicted April 6th on charges of first-degree assault, 2 counts of second-degree assault, 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, and 2 counts of menacing for this incident at the River Pig.
Sue that guy.
According to the charging documents, well, Lil Tony doesn't have any money.
That's true.
At least I don't think. Dunham and her friends were trying to leave the bar when Taylor reportedly pushed her. She said she pushed back, and he became aggressive and said to her, "Do you want to get sliced?" Twice he said it.
The answer to that question, by the way, if someone does ask you if you want to get sliced, it's no. Just no.
One of Dunham's friends who was at the bar but not with them at the time of the stabbing told detectives the bar was at capacity, and a man later identified as Taylor had looked her straight in the eyes, held up a knife, and repeatedly said, "I am going to effing stab you."
It's not great.
When she exited the bar, she learned Dunham had been stabbed. Taylor was later arrested. Police reviewed security footage from the bar that helped identify him. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. And he has been out. He's released from custody.
Oh, God.
He got out the day before tax day.
Look, this is the terrible thing, and I don't want anyone to get stabbed, but I will point out that if someone says, "Do you want to get stabbed?" and you're leaving the bar, just leave the bar. Don't push. Just walk away. It's like that's not going to end well. Don't do that.
Yeah, so she's saying...
Yeah, the lack of security and...
Right.
Yeah, you ain't getting a dime. You better not get me on that jury. You're not getting a dime. 20 million. What gall? 20 million for non-life-threatening stab wounds.
Only Portland could drive out Uber. We'll have that story next on The Fan.
Now.
W. I love sports. be a good Hall & Oates weekend, you know, because the sun's coming out.
It's supposed to be a nice weekend?
Yeah, it is.
Making your dreams come true?
I love Hall & Oates.
Yeah, except they hate each other.
So
and one
what?
of them's a total douche canoe.
Who cares?
Well, I think they probably do.
Oh, whatever. I have their music, so whatever. They can die. I don't care.
Well, that's
Whoa, that was terrible.
It's a little extreme.
Was that terrible?
A little bit.
I'm the worst.
What?
I didn't mean that. But I just meant they can fight all they want. Their music is out there.
It's like
and I can listen to
the Eagles may hate each other, but
I don't care.
You've got the Eagles.
That's right.
Understand.
This is in the news, April 17, 2026. I've got one more story for you, and that is it, because we must move on with our show. Only Portland could drive out Uber. Am I right?
Sounds about right. What do we do now?
Portland's most prominent business lobbying group is coming out against a ride-hailing wage increase proposal that is yet to be finalized. This is a proposal last discussed by Portland City Councilors in February, and it would essentially raise take-home pay for Uber and Lyft drivers in Portland by limiting how much money the company can take from a driver for each trip.
Okay.
The
so in
companies-
theory, that seems like a good idea.
I think
Puts
it's a
more
great
money in
idea.
the pocket of the driver.
Of local people, yeah. The problem is the companies are saying,
No.
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 So they're just saying we'll take our ball and go home. They're taking their kickball and gonna go play in a different city.
They have threatened that.
Do we still have Lyft?
Well, aren't they?
So you're telling me that Uber, if
only Uber said it could force them out.
I was gonna say, like, isn't it a bit ridiculous the idea that a company would be so petty that you would leave an entire city as opposed to paying people a few extra dollars, making a few, like, each ride you're making a few less dollars as a company, and you're like, fine, we won't operate in your city.
Yeah, I've always kind of felt that, or not felt, I've always heard that Uber really screws their drivers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, Stevie Brackets, you drove, right, for Uber?
I did, yeah. I used to drive for them. It was you don't get a lot of money for it.
No?
No, they take a lot of fees out. It's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, how they put so many fees and stuff in there that then people don't tip, and then you really don't get any money. And so it's like, I've compared it, like people would ask you, like, how much money are you getting for this ride? And I'd be like, well, how much are you paying? And it would be less than 50% would go to me. Like, Uber gets more than 50%. It'd be like 60, 70% Uber would get, and I'd get the 30%.
Now, according to internet, just a quick Google, they're saying it's a 30-70 split.
Yeah.
30 being the driver.
Yes.
And so that's why tips are so important. Yeah, tips are so important. No one tips because they're paying all these fees.
And so Uber is such a group of sons of bitches that you're like, all right, let's make that 35% to the driver. And you're like, no, we're going to leave. F off then.
Well, it's not 35%. This would cap it at 20%.
That they could take?
Yes. Yeah.
So they're saying
they're cutting them by 50%.
Well, all right, I stand corrected. That may be one of those where Uber says, see, can we not be rational human beings and come to, why does everything have to be so extreme? Can we not come to some middle ground? All right, it's 70-30 now, and we know one side's getting screwed. So now we're going to say, let's screw them over the other way with 80-20? How about like 60-40? How about 50-50? Over. What are we doing?
Yeah, well, this is a proposal that is yet to be scheduled for a council vote.
Is it going to a committee, I hope?
Probably. But
goes to the ways and means of a committee.
Can our city government do anything that makes any sense?
It's something they're talking about.
No.
Power to the people until everyone leaves.
Ooh. After first raising the idea of a committee meeting, city councilors reached out to Uber and Lyft to work with them on the proposal. In the meantime, trade groups representing Portland businesses along with nonprofit arts and sports groups have rallied in opposition to the proposal. So there you go.
All right.
That's another battle that's being waged at City Hall.
Yeah, someone's saying DoorDash is even worse. They pay you $4 for a 45-minute round trip. Yee.
Yeah, it's almost like,
why
do people do that?
It's something you can do. Make a few extra bucks, right? Most people don't do it as their main job. It's like a side hustle.
Yeah, so that's what I tell people. Side hustle, it's okay, but the people that do it full time, man, you have to grind to do it.
Yeah.
You also can just decline those rides that like DoorDash offers. Like, hey, this is a 40-minute round trip. You get $5. Like, no thanks. I'll decline that one.
And if you are going to make someone go 45 minutes, don't be a cheap ass. Tip them and tip them well. You know they're...
Well, that means they didn't tip.
Yeah, that's that's terrible.
Gross earnings, highest ever on record for a driver in the Uber Lyft category.
I bet you if you grind your face off, I bet you make good money driving at certain times.
Gross earnings, I have the number.
Couple $100,000?
$250,000 US.
Yeah, and I bet you're working holidays, late nights, drunken a-holes, and you're just driving nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're driving 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yep.
After every Blazer game.
Yep.
All the busiest times.
Those are called Uberpreneurs.
Oh, I see what they did.
They structure their entire
life
around driving.
Yeah. No thanks.
As a business.
But you can do it.
Anybody can do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, and it would seem to me to be a fairly pleasant job. I mean,
no one's telling you what to do.
Yeah,
like you're in charge of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and driving is fine. Whatever, as long as you don't get any weirdos.
Listen to a podcast, listen to music. I mean,
yeah.
Someone shanks you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It's possible.
Come on!
That's in the news, April 17, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Headlines coming up next on The Fan.
It's Tiki Barber.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on The Fan, the Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a monster 3-year, $150 million extension that makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. This deal includes $134 million in guaranteed money. Arizona Cardinal quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he will not be attending the first phase of the team's offseason program, and he is asking for a contract extension that, quote, pays him as the starter, end quote. Cardinals general manager Monty Austin-Ford has come out and said that the Cardinals don't have a starting quarterback as of right now. There will be a competition. Former Angels outfielder Garrett Anderson passed away today at the age of 53. The Angels announced it today. No cause of death was given. Anderson is the Angels' all-time leader in hits and was All-Star MVP back in 2003. Doc Rivers announced he will be retiring from the NBA as a head coach after 27 seasons. Rivers coached 5 different teams, won a championship with the Celtics. And we do have play-in Friday tonight. Right now, Hornets taking on the Magic in Orlando. Orlando running away with it right now, up 19 points late in the first quarter. Later on, we got Warriors taking on the Suns for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isachi. Big Soup's right over there.
Now, I have breaking news.
Yeah. We got T-shirts?
T-shirt has been addressed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We've talked.
We already have a statement?
We already have a statement.
Oh, Jesus.
I told you that they were going to be forced to address this.
Okay, by the way, let me just
reset. You got reset T-shirt gate.
Yeah, so the Blazers... Dwayne Hankins did an interview with the guy from K2, and the guy from K2 tweeted out that Dwayne Hankins said that there will be no T-shirts for fans for games 3 and 4 of the playoff series.
And collectively, Blazer fans, for whatever reason, lost their S.
They're calling him Discount Dundon now.
Discount Dundon. People are revolting. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world. But people are... Stevie Brackets is pissed off about it.
I'm about to turn my tickets in.
He's not happy. And we said, dude, they're going to have to address this. Well,
they did.
Now, Dundon has not, but Shield Tile is in.
What'd he say?
He has responded to the tweet of the no T-shirts, and I quote, "We're not doing T-shirts because we're doing something else. Moda will be rocking for games 3 and 4.
Is this like the Michael Scott where he's like, hey, I got a surprise at the end of the day, he has nothing, then brings ice cream or whatever?
Look, my working theory on this is they're like, oh, crap.
Yep.
I'm guessing you're getting hankies. I'm guessing there will be towels or some sort of thunder stick.
Hankies?
Yeah. The
towel. That's a great call.
There will either be a towel or some sort of inflatable noise-making device.
I'll tell you what, Steven's right, though. Like, how many times have you done... Or you've said something like oh, you forgot something, and then you promise something else, knowing full well you don't know what that is yet, but you'll figure it out. That sounds exactly like what he's done here.
Because if you knew what you were doing, you would just say, "Don't worry, you may not get T-shirts, but
we got towels.
We got towels." Or it's so lame. You know, you can't really say it because then you got a week's worth of backlash.
What if it's vuvuzelas?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
No, it wouldn't.
The game's not going to be till Friday.
I'd leave if there was
vuvuzelas. You have a week of people being pissy about this T-shirt thing, so you have to keep it vague. But I do like this Shield. Oh, don't worry. We're not doing T-shirts, but we got something much, much cooler. What is that? You don't worry about it.
Shield Tile going to be cleanup guy, isn't he?
I think so.
He's cleanup guy. Yeah. Send Shield in.
You know, Shield's about ready to give someone the corporate card or his personal card and be like, get some damn towels and just he's having a meeting right now with someone. It's like, what crappy, inexpensive thing can we get 20,000 of like in the next week? And then once that is, what is that, like 4 imprint or whatever? I hope it's like keychains, just something terrible, little mini basketballs you can throw in anger.
I really hope it is something really bad.
Hey,
or
it's gonna be rocking.
It's gonna be rocking.
My prediction: noise sticks. Those stupid plastic things that you bang together.
I hate those.
It's those. I remember going to a playoff game and they gave out like bracelets that had like LED light or had lights on it that would like flash up.
Yeah,
I think that's what it probably is because they like controlled when they flashed.
Yeah. Look, I think we know it's not going to be good. I think we all know that they got caught with their pants down with the T-shirt thing. They didn't expect the backlash, and now we're having to correct course.
Dundon learned you don't mess with the Blazer fans.
I don't think Dundon gives 2 flying Fs, which is why, and that's why Shield Towel is like, fine. I love that he's replying to tweets. I got this.
Hey, Shield, go fix this. Thanks.
All right, so play-in Friday, the Orlando Magic. They're up 22 on the Hornets at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I think we were hoping the Hornets because who cares about the Orlando Magic? The Hornets are at least kind of fun.
38-16.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then we got is Golden State the nightcap tonight?
Yes.
The Hornets are on pace for 64 points.
I'm gonna go take
the over on that.
I'm gonna go take a look at the live betting. I may put a sawbuck down on the Hornets. This is the NBA.
I just bet. I did bet the Hornets plus 18.5 in the first half.
I was gonna say like there
the first half.
There will be a rally. Okay. There'll be a rally.
Yeah, they're down 22 at the end of the first. Yeah, Suns
live
Warriors.
line right now 12.5. So
I don't like that.
That's a little low.
Yeah.
That's why I just took the first half.
What is the Magic money line?
Minus 920.
What?
Only plus 550 on the Hornets. It's the NBA, dude.
There's your bet. Plus 550 on the Hornets to win.
That's a pizza bet.
That's a decent little long shot.
Good call.
I mean, come on. It's the Magic.
Oh, just went down to 450.
We also lost.
By the way, again, P1 and season ticket holder is in for 14 years. T-shirts matter. No other way around it. Be better.
Oh, my God.
I had no idea that
that's a thing?
The outrage over. I thought we were joking, but the feedback, like people are not kidding around.
This is why I said this to you, Rob. Like I needed you to talk about it on the show.
People are pissed.
People are mad.
Why do T-shirts matter? It's a T-shirt.
We are mad.
This makes no sense.
And by the way, I've never gotten a free T-shirt at a game. What are the sizes?
Medium.
So, what do you like?
My son got one like one of the the T-shirt cannon. He caught one. It fits him. He's 11.
So every shirt on the chair is the same shirt?
Yeah.
So if I show up, what am I supposed to do with that? Like wear it as a headband?
I remember when I went to the Blazers Nuggets game, this had to have been like 2019 is the Western Conference Finals run. They had black T-shirts and it was a large, but it fit like a medium. Like it was very tight on your boy over here.
So do people just start trading sizes then? Like if you're
they were all the same.
They're all the same.
I think it's one size fits all, my man.
Oh my God. And this matters?
You would think the one size fits all you'd go big. Like that you'd go like at least an XL. That way you could kind of tarp
like
it,
tie it off or something.
Tie it off. Do that weird old man look where my favorite look in all of the NBA is the guy that comes from work and he's wearing like a nice dress shirt and then he puts the jersey or the T-shirt over it. That's by far the best look in sports. I'm not going to take off my nice dress shirt here, but I will put this sweet jersey on over the top of it.
All right, we've got a couple other headlines we'll get to coming up next, including the loss of a legend. And then we'll get Joey Harrington in here at 5:30 on The Fan. Okay, a couple other things going on in sports. By the way, we've been corrected. You guys are disseminating fake news.
What do we got?
The T-shirts are not always mostly the same size. They do different sizes, and you can exchange them. A couple of our sources are telling us that you can exchange your sizes up in the concourse.
Well, don't talk to me. I didn't say anything about this.
Well,
I've never gotten a free T-shirt.
Okay, well, that's my fault. I never thought of, hey, I need to go get an upgrade on my free T-shirt.
Well,
that's on me.
It's
guys.
available to you.
Anytime I've seen a free T-shirt, it is the biggest piece of uncomfortable crap I've ever seen, and why would I ever wear it?
All I know is my little section had all the same sizes, and that's all I know.
Well,
I did not go to every seat and
be
inspect.
better. Be better.
I'm not a newsman.
We lost Garrett Anderson. R.I.P.
I know. What? I didn't see what happened.
I don't think they've said what happened.
53 years old, right? Like
53. Yeah,
that is really young.
He was the lefty, sweet swinging lefty for the Angels.
Owns a bunch of Angel records still.
I gotta tell you what, he was criminally underrated.
100% agree.
If you look at his stats, I was actually just checking at the break. His, you know who his number one comp is on Baseball Reference?
I do not.
Or what do they call it? Like similar batters, similarity score.
Yeah.
Steve Garvey.
Really?
Yeah.
And Steve Garvey's borderline Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly. And Al Oliver is number 2. I don't remember Al much.
I think he's the all-time hits leader for the Angels.
But yeah, he is. Well, not Al Oliver.
No.
Garrett Anderson.
Garrett Anderson.
And then Ruben Sierra is 3rd. And Ruben Sierra could rake.
He could mash.
So, I
just saw there was a medical emergency at his home. So
I miss the days of hitters like Garrett Anderson, who could hit for a little power, but he also went all fields and hit 300 pretty much every year. I miss those guys.
I don't know why, but when you said that, I had one name that popped into my mind, and it's totally random, but I thought of Mike Greenwell.
Mike Greenwell.
Yeah.
Good little hitter.
Good little hitter.
Good little hitter.
I have no idea if his numbers are at all like they equate out to Garrett Anderson.
I don't think he played as long.
But when you said like you missed that certain type of hitter, I don't know why, but Mike Greenwell popped into my
Career
head.
303 hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greenwell. Well, he played 12 years.
130 homers, 303.
Yeah, you know what? It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
The great Mike Greenwell.
Here are their 162 game averages. Greenwell hit 303, 17 home runs, 93 ribbies.
Okay.
And by the way, he never struck out.
Two-time All-Star?
And then Anderson, his average 293, 21 homers, 99 RBIs.
Yeah, how about that with Greenwell? He averaged 46 strikeouts a year.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good.
Anderson made 3 All-Stars. I remember he won the home run derby.
He was the All-Star Game MVP.
MVP.
Yeah. Now, they've already, well, as you know, the Washington Redskins are no more.
Yes. But they're the crappy Commanders.
Somehow the commies, even though they're no longer the Redskins, they have still managed to step in it with the Native Americans.
Well, a bunch of the NFL teams redid their uniforms this offseason, and most of them look pretty good. The Ravens just came out with a new set. Dude, one of the best in football. Looked phenomenal. Titans had a rebrand, looks really good. And the Commanders basically just redid the old Redskin uniforms, but with the crappy Commanders logo. But on one of the helmet designs, they put a spear through the W. Even though that W looks like a taco holder. You know when you get you know when you get street tacos?
Yeah, I do know.
Their logo is they're the Washington street taco holders. It's the worst brand in all of sports. But they put the spear through it, and I guess people are pissy about that. Or someone is.
The Washington Commanders' decision to update their logo is disappointing and inappropriate to say the least, said the Association on American Indian Affairs. It is time to stop repeating this cycle and listen to Native peoples who have been clear, consistent, and unwavering on this issue. We are not your mascot. One Native American activist, Susan Hario, said the new logo is a way for the team to appease those who want to use the team's former name. She says there's a lot of people in D.C. and parts of Virginia and Maryland who really long for the days of the dreaded R word. It was a vile name. It was one of the vilest ever.
Well, I've said a long time that as a middle-aged white guy, it is not my place to say whether or not the Redskins should. I never understood the Redskins. I thought that was a terrible name. I couldn't believe it lasted as long as it did. I'm glad it's gone. But again, it shouldn't be up to me. It should be up to Native American people.
I agree, but do you need the spear? Like
I don't know. That's my point. Is like
somebody have just said, "Hey, maybe let's just get rid of the spear."
Well, you did. You got rid of the Redskins. You went away from it. So
well, that's what I'm saying.
Why are you bringing
exactly?
back,
why did no one say, "Hey, maybe the spear"? Let's just leave that part out. Everything else looks great.
But at the same time,
nope, got to have the spear.
At the same time, can we go back and be like, well, you got rid of the name, and we're no longer use any Indian, Native American imagery, and it's just a spear. Can you let him? Can you let him have that one?
It sounds like the answer to that is an unequivocal no.
Which again, I think that seems a little overboard. But again, I'm a middle-aged white guy. I don't get a say in it. I'm going to leave it to the president of the Native American Affairs. You get to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm looking at those Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens unis are sweet.
I haven't seen those.
Dude, the purple ones and the all blackout. Oh, it's phenomenal.
Oh, God.
So good.
Paywalls. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. The Oilers ones the Titans went to all Oilers stuff. It looks really good. The Commanders just need to grow some balls and just get rid of the Commanders and rebrand again. Like when was it Josh Harris that took over? Who's the owner? He even said he hated the Commanders, and he's like, he kind of alluded that no one likes that. They're going to do away with it. And then they had that really good year where they made the conference finals, the NFC title game. I'm just like conference finals. It's like NBA.
Basketball,
yeah. They made the NFC championship game. And so he kind of was like, all right, well, we've got some momentum. We're going to keep this. No one likes it. You can't have the Redskins, but everyone hates the Commanders. Like, there's 1,000 cool names out there that like the city wants to get behind. Just have some balls and get rid of the dumb Commanders and do something like the Red Wolves or the Hawk. You know, there's things out there that people embrace. The reason you're having to do the spear is because everyone hates the Commanders. So you're like, what if we kind of gave you the Redskins, but without calling it the Redskins?
Pretty dumb.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to our dearest of friends. Only one man comes on this show every week. Actually,
no, there's three of us.
There's only one man that comes on this show ever.
I know.
Anymore. And it's this guy.
Have we driven everyone else away?
No one else wants to?
And he comes on every week. I don't know why he does still, but he does. Ladies and gentlemen, the Joey Harrington segment you didn't know you needed.
We give him the option to not come on every week.
Yeah, he still comes.
He says he wants to.
Keeps coming back.
We're going to talk Jailblazers with Joey. Coming up next, here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a monster 3-year, $150 million extension. That'll make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The deal includes $134 million in guaranteed money. Speaking of quarterbacks, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he is not attending the first phase of the team's offseason program, and he's asking for a new contract extension that pays him as the starter. Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort has come out and said that the Cardinals do not have a starter right now, and there will be a competition. Former Angels outfielder Garrett Anderson passed away today, sadly, at the age of 53. The team announced today. No cause of death was given. Anderson, Angels' all-time leader in hits and All-Star Game MVP in 2003. Co-owner of Chelsea Football Club, Jose E. Feliciano, and his wife Kwanzaa Jones are near a deal to purchase the San Diego Padres for $3.9 billion. The sale price will top the previous record of $2.4 billion for a Major League Baseball franchise, which was the New York Mets. Doc Rivers announced he will not be coaching anymore, and he is retiring after 27 seasons. Rivers coached 5 different teams and won a championship with the Celtics. And we do have a couple of play-in games tonight in the NBA right now. Magic in control of this one, up by 23 points midway through the second quarter over the Charlotte Hornets. Later on, we got the Warriors on the road taking on the Suns in Phoenix. Phoenix a 2.5-point favorite. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
just can't quite wash away last night's 6-pack of hams. But Tuesday brings the promise of making things all right. But you still drive to work in your family's minivan. The doctor calls on Wednesday, right before your flight, to talk about your colorectal exam. You're back to work on Thursday and your boss is all uptight, 'cause you didn't push your best-selling brand. But now it's the Friday drive and it's story time. Yes, it's story time. The one time a week when you can truly plan to kick back and listen to story time. Yes, it's story time. We're pushing it out on every airwave we can. We're on both 105.1 and 1080 The Fan. Part of the Fans Global Sports Radio Network.
And here he is, Joey Harrington, courtesy of Mods PDX. What do we discuss this week? Probably golf.
Well, we'll get to golf, but we actually have to start with a wonderful Ms. Murphy, who promised to listen to the theme song this week. She usually, I was talking to her, I see her at the gym in the morning, and she's like, I heard you on the radio, or you had something coming up. I was like, well, did you hear the song? And she said, no, I dropped my daughter off, and then I get out of the car. I was like, you have to stay in the car this week. So maybe we have one more new viewer or listener.
I will tell you, it is a banger of a song.
Dude, it's so good.
It just grows and grows and grows. It's phenomenal.
I sing along with it every week.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's talk about golf.
I even sing it when I'm doing like yard work.
Do you hear him casually like, yeah, it's what I do. I create hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a rumor that you were hitting golf balls today at Colwood.
That is more than a rumor. That is called a truth bomb, my friend.
Wow. Sue, can you imagine hitting balls at Colwood and some guy strolls up next to you and sets down his probably Oregon Duck golf bag? And you look at it and go, oh, God.
I don't think he has a duck bag.
And then you look at him and his hair's all finely.
Are we going to play this game? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We got 2 games here, so go ahead and finish your point, and then we'll get to the other game.
Well, my point would be that it would be cool to be hitting balls next to Joey Harrington on the driving
It
range.
would be a little. I would be a little starstruck, although it is my driving range, so I would tell him to move aside because that's my range, not Joey's. It's
turf wars.
So hold on. Who, like in terms of, like, let's play the, laying down roots game. Who was in Northeast Portland first? Was it you or was it me?
Yeah, that's not a first thing. That's
he's a bully. He's bullying you.
I dismiss that first, knowing that it was there first. It's not who was there first; it's who's there last. The United States is based on that. What are you talking about?
Okay, fair. So, as a Rose City aficionado. That was we didn't have a driving range. Like that was the home course growing up, but we didn't have a driving range. Yeah. And so the old we'd go down to Glendevere every once in a while.
That was my first round of golf.
The old Colweed. The Colweed has been Colweed National. It's been the go-to for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's great over there.
Yeah, I mean it's a little slice of heaven. Now you got to be careful, pulling in the road it's on. It's You'll see some interesting things from time to time, but it's a little oasis. It's a little, it's its own little entity. Just be careful about a mile either direction. You might see some stuff.
Well, just don't try and cut off a semi, and you'll be fine.
That's true. And to be fair, they have removed a lot. That Streetman camp that was across the street, that was impressive for a while. They had an entire. It was a scene over there, but I think most of that is gone.
Do you miss Broadmoor?
See, I'm old enough to remember when I was just going there. I'm old enough to remember when Colwood was a golf course and was neighbored by Broadmoor.
Yeah. Broadmoor was the first course I ever played in the area.
Yeah, that was like that was like my dad would take me. That's when we were, I don't know, I was probably 10. That was going over there to that and Glendevere. Like that was my first experience of golf.
Good times.
See, so technically, I mean, I may have been there first. I don't know when your first round was.
Ooh, that's very true.
So we're the same age. I could have been there first and last. So, just saying.
Wow. Well, not last because I was just there. I'm just leaving. So now technically it's mine.
So do you have a duck golf bag?
See, I don't think he does.
I do have a duck golf bag.
Is that what you were using today?
Today, I actually was, but here's why. Because last time I played golf, I traveled. I had to ship. I played in Vegas with Jonathan Ogden, and so I shipped my clubs, and that's the sturdier of the bag. But I usually don't keep my clubs in the golf bag.
Yeah, I picture you as like a Jones bag, or maybe some sort of a Jones, or maybe like an old leather sort of like.
Oh, keep going.
See, there's like
it's plaid.
Yeah, there's a vintage sort of vibe to it. Yeah.
Come on, Rob, you know this one. You can help our guy out here.
Oh, there you go.
Seamus?
Oh, Seamus head covers. No, Seamus head covers.
What's the other fancy golf bag brand?
It was a gift
Mackenzie.
from the guys for Yes, it was the Mackenzie bag.
Yeah.
It was a gift
Those were
from
nice.
all of the guys at Bandon after our 10th year of the tournament.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, so
he's
I
not.
got myself, yeah.
Yeah, Joey wasn't just rocking some rando, bag. You knew there was something.
A duck bag is
there was
not a
something-
rando bag.
Well, but it kind of is. Look, let's be honest. If I saw you walking around with a Kansas Jayhawk golf bag, that's very mid, and you know it.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's mid.
Repping my Jayhawks.
Yeah, it's mid.
No problem with that. Now, if you're Joey, it's probably a bit of a problem because now it's like,
Oh,
are
look-
you
yeah, look at
flaunting
you.
that you're Joey
Yeah,
Harrington?
why don't you
or-
wear a Letterman jacket while you're at it?
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Yeah.
All right. Well, how'd you hit him? Well, we don't care. It doesn't matter.
It's right.
Yeah, nobody really cares. Yeah, like this is a post-radio conversation. What are we actually talking about today? Anything important?
Well, probably not. But I was going to ask you about the Jailblazers doc, and if you haven't seen it, the Jailblazers era. Have you seen the documentary?
I have not.
Okay, it's on Netflix.
Okay, is it out? Is it rolling? Are we?
Came out on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, hour and 10 minutes. Pretty easy watch.
Yeah.
Rashid, Damon, Bonzi, Bob Whitsitt are the main characters. Okay.
Ooh, Trader Bob. Okay.
Yeah, Trader Bob. Very defiant still, Trader Bob. Like, he'll go to his grave thinking he was a genius. But what did you think of the what did you think of the Jailblazers era? And now this isn't the whole Jailblazers. This is the early guys, the weed guys, you know, Damon, Rashid. Like, it's a little unfair to say that they were the full-on Jailblazers because you had the later guys.
Because they didn't really no one really went to jail.
Exactly.
They were just
kind of, it was...
Yeah, kind of...
They marched to the beat of their own
They
drum.
had some edges and they liked weed.
What did you think of those guys back in the day?
Okay, so let's be honest here. Let's have a real conversation. The majority of those offenses are not offenses today.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. So, as a kid growing up in Portland, who had just come out of, I mean, I knew nothing different. I mean, I was born the year after they won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already, Drexler, Kersey, Porter. I remember when they traded for Buck Williams from the New Jersey Nets. Like, that was a big deal. And so that was what we knew. So it was a pretty significant departure from what we knew with this group of guys that were getting in, let's quote unquote, air quotes, trouble, right?
Mm.
It was a shock. It was when your team for the better part of, 2-3 decades had been truly part of like the fabric of the community, then, this group of guys, with the exception of Damon, I mean, that I do remember, the excitement when Damon Stoudamire came back to Portland. It was like, this is homegrown. Like, this was an opportunity for, to reconnect with that, to have that feeling again. And then, what was it where Damon and a couple of the guys didn't fly back on the team plane?
Yeah, that was the yellow Hummer.
The yellow Hummer, and they were going like 100, and they had hotboxed the Hummer going down I-5 back from Seattle or something like that.
Yep.
Like, there were enough of those moments that were, I guess, illegal at the time.
Yeah.
To kind of sour you on it a little bit. And then when you had the stuff with, Quintel Woods and was it Ruben Patterson, that was kind of the straw that broke it, for good reason. But I mean, looking back on it now, is it really that much different than what goes on pretty much a day-to-day basis in any other NBA locker room? I mean, let's be real.
Wow.
Obviously, the dogfighting and the assault, like, that is a non-starter.
Right.
But the previous stuff,
Yeah.
the weed, like all that stuff it's just commonplace now. And it's legal and it's accepted. So it's this interesting place where like as you're going through it, it's like, man, these guys are not what we want from our team, and they don't represent our community. And now you look at it, and it's like, so they smoked a little bit of weed. I mean, it happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's true. It's an interesting point, which is why in the documentary touches on this. It's like, and it's really only their perspective. That's all you're going to get in the documentary. Yeah. But it's good for us to talk about it because those guys, and I think Damon Stoudamire was one, he said he felt like the white community was basically just trying to take him down. He didn't want to come back to Portland. He had a lot of trepidation about that. And he said he has stayed away, generally speaking. I think what he said in there is he has stayed away purposefully since all of that went down. It did not sit well with him. Meanwhile, you got all the technicals.
And that's unfortunate. That's really, having gone through something similar, kind of reversed, like that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, I want to come back to that.
Well, let's talk about we'll come back to it. But Rasheed Wallace, it was more than just the weed. It was kind of their antics. Rasheed's technical fouls, the way they played. Bonzi made a few comments about fans in Sports Illustrated that pissed people off. They were just different, and like you said, they were exactly the opposite of the Buck Williams, Jerome Kersey, Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter Blazers. So I guess that leads to the question: were we collectively unfair to the late '90s, early 2000s Trailblazers?
I would say yes, and I would say no. I would say yes for all the reasons that we just talked about. I would also say no, though, because those years weren't these years, right? Like, you always have to take things in context. Like, nothing exists in a vacuum. Those years did come after the Drexler, Kersey, Porter, Buck Williams, Duckworth years. Those years did occur when marijuana was illegal. Those years did occur when, Rasheed Wallace's antics were, I'm thinking of Draymond Green. Like,
they weren't widely accepted. People didn't
exactly.
like it.
So you can't look at it in a vacuum and say they were completely misjudged or they were completely, we were completely unfair to them. Do I have that perspective now? Yeah, absolutely I do. Yeah. Absolutely I do. I think that they were. I think in that group there were probably a lot of good people who got a bad rap. And I also think they made some stupid mistakes. Mm-hmm. I think both of those things can be very true.
Yeah, amen to that. Because look, I don't care about weed. I'm a man that enjoys, some things in life. We all like having a good time. And so I could care less whether or not you smoke weed. But what I push back is the idea that it was just weed. Bottom line is, it's not that hard because at the time it was illegal. And you decided that after a game to get in a car with your teammates. So let's say that weed, we're going to say weed and alcohol are the same thing. Okay, so you and your friends, including the guy driving, all get drunk and then drive 100 miles an hour down with a yellow Hummer with the team bus behind you. That's not whether it's illegal or not. You're an idiot. That's stupid. That's a stupid decision. You're just dumb. Just wait till you get home. That's my whole thing. Right. Like, if you want to smoke weed, if you want to drink, if you want to do drugs, whatever, lots of people do that stuff, and that's fine. But there's a time and a place.
Here's the question, though. Can a good person make a stupid mistake?
Sure, but they made them time and time again, and that's my problem that I have with them is to this day, it feels like every one of them wants to point fingers at everyone but themselves. And it's not that hard to say, hey, we were young, we were immature, and yeah, there was some stuff around us that, we didn't like, but at the same time, my God, like, we were dumb and we could have handled it so much better, but there is no accountability. We just want to point fingers and say, basically, we wanted to do whatever we wanted to do, make no concessions to anything. And it's like Rasheed Wallace saying, it's not my job to get to know you, it's your job to get to know me. That he's just, I don't know, that era, as someone that grew up there, and like I said, I am not a prude when it comes to any of that stuff. It wasn't about, to me, weed or anything else. I just think it's a bunch of entitled jackasses that I just whether it was then, now, or 20 years from now, none of that stuff ever sits well with me. I don't like people that refuse to take any accountability. After all this time, someone there amongst those three should have been able to raise their hand and be like, yeah, we could have handled things better.
Well, so that's different then. So what the conversation we were having is about the Jailblazers, right? This idea of them breaking laws.
That's the second part of that group, yes.
And there's a difference between being entitled, an entitled NBA player who's never had anybody say no to them, whose organization continues to facilitate that behavior, and being, say, embarrassed by the Jailblazers, because they didn't go to jail. That was hey, great nickname.
Yes.
But what that implies is that we're talking about the illegal behaviors when what you're talking about is just this air of just, as you would say, jackassery, where it's like, hey, take some responsibility.
You've been on. I mean, you and me both have played on teams at various levels that have different characters to it, right?
Yep.
Like there's no such thing as choir boys. But again, what bothers me about that version of the Jailblazers, because I think that version is different, because once you get into Zach and Quintel and Ruben Patterson, those are some real crimes, and that's a different level, right? I'll take this version, the one that they want to focus on in the documentary. So when Damon talks about coming to Portland, he's like, oh man, we were high all the time. No one had to wear any uniforms in practice. We all did what we want to do. And then they talk about how they didn't get over the hump and who else's fault was it. And that was the thing. I look at that and I'm like, did anything you guys do, as good as you were, you never won squat. You went to the Western Conference Finals twice, couldn't get over the hump. Is it possible that not being that way, is it possible that actually taking things seriously, not being high before and after games, actually putting some thought into cultivating a better culture might have helped you win a title or get over the hump or make people want to have you around, as opposed to continuing to fall short and then point fingers at everyone else? That's the other part of it that bothers me. If you want to be like that, that's fine, but you better be good enough to back it up. You can't.
Is the Western Conference Finals not good enough to back it up?
Well, obviously it wasn't, because they broke it up, and I mean, honestly, getting to the Western Conference Finals, go ask the Buffalo. At least the Buffalo Bills made it to Super Bowls. Go. If you had made it to an AFC title game twice, and you kind of acted, you had a team full of jackasses. Don't you think at some point you'd look at each other and be like, hey guys, maybe we should probably take a slightly more serious approach to this?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I know that
group just never resonates with me.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think of it as a very successful time in the organization in terms of wins and losses.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is still a time, and I remember the 15-point lead in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. I remember the house I was in Eugene. That is so. I understand your point of getting over the hump, absolutely, and for the vast majority of the time, they were able to do those things and still be very, very successful. I mean, I think of a guy like Charles Rogers, who I played with.
There you go.
He was a guy that literally came out of the college in the NFL drug program, was already flagged for marijuana use. And in his first 6 games, he and I had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Some guys, and I know maybe it wasn't so prevalent at BYU, but I could tell you a handful of guys that would truly come to practice and at times come to games high.
Yeah.
Because maybe it was their way of dealing with the anxiety, dealing with the pressure of having to perform. I don't know. It wasn't for me. And did it bother me at the time? Yeah. But looking back on it, it's like, I don't know if approve is the right word. I could say that's not for me. I wish it were different, but I can understand what you were trying to do and why you thought it was okay.
Yeah. Those teams are very complicated because they were really good. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was them and the Lakers.
Oh my God!
And
they were so good.
They really were.
They were 2 deep, like 2 starting 5s deep of all stars.
Yeah, and so I'm with you that I don't think it's all about just winning championships. Like, they were awesome, but at the same time, the city, I don't know. The city didn't. They should not have called that documentary the Jailblazers. They just shouldn't.
No.
It just doesn't cover the full scope of the Jailblazers. That's a little unfair to call it that. So, and when we come back with Joey, we'll have a short segment, but I want to talk more about character in your athletes. I thought one guy in the documentary. Now, Rasheed Wallace and Bob Whitsitt are going to be defiant to their graves. Damon Stoudamire is an interesting and reflective dude. I thought he held back in the documentary, but I think there's an opportunity for a deep dive with Damon Stoudamire on all of this. They didn't get there with this particular piece, but I want to ask you about that because you said you identify with that in a sort of a backwards way. So we'll get to that with Joey Harrington, courtesy of Mods PDX. When we continue, stay right there. This is The Fan. right, we're back with Joey Harrington, and it's interesting. You mentioned earlier, and I wanted to circle back to it, when I mentioned Damon Stoudamire, and he was reluctant to ever really come back to Portland after what happened with the home raid and the weed in his house, and he didn't want to come back for the second time, and it's he talks a lot about that stuff in the documentary, and he's pretty interesting and reflective. What did you identify with in terms of just that idea?
When I left Detroit, I genuinely thought I would never step foot in the city again.
Totally makes sense.
I mean, I thought I was leaving for good. And I was coming back to a place, at least in the off season in Oregon, that, still quote unquote, that it was my safe spot. It was, Oregon still loves me. Right. Like, and there's this, as an athlete, you live in a very black and white world. You live in you win or you lose. That's it. Did you win? Good. You keep your job. Did you lose? Great. You're fired. Right. It's very cut and dry. And I remember, I guess it was 2 years ago. I got a call, through an agency of some sort or trading cards, and they wanted me to come back and do a card signing in Detroit. I was like, do you realize who you're calling? Like, are you sure? Like, yeah. You sure you want me to put you to Jared Goff or like Matthew Stafford or something? Like, and they're like, no, we want you to come back to sign. I think it would be a good thing. I was like, I'm not sure. Like, I gotta think about this one. And it took me, a good week of kind of reflection and talking to some people and saying, all right, like, let's give it a shot. Let's turn the page. And I tell you what, like, to a person, everybody that I spoke with, and it's continued as I've kind of expanded my Detroit, Michigan circle of reconnections. There's a level of grayness that begins to exist the further out you get. The more perspective people have, the more laws change, the more, there is what seems to be absolutely the pinnacle of importance at the time. Really, 20 years later, just kind of gets all caught up in the wash. And what I found is there was a level of respect, a level of, hey, you gave it your best shot, and we appreciate that. Thanks for being part of this team and community. And with Damon, I know I can only speak for myself. I can only speak as a kid who watched him play in the PIL, right? A kid who saw that left-handed jump shot that was just absolutely, it was deadly, right? And then go have the success at Arizona, Rookie of the Year in Vancouver, and then came back to Portland, and you know what? It didn't work out. It didn't work out the way I think any of us wanted to. But that doesn't mean he's a bad person. And that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve to continue to call this place home. And that certainly doesn't mean that I guarantee you, if he went down the street and talked to people, they would welcome him back. Hey, it's good to see you again. Oh, man, that was a long time ago. I think we all wish that would have gone differently. But, hey, man, welcome home.
Yeah, the emotion
and I think that's that's the unfortunate part about being a professional athlete, and especially is you feel like, and it's compounded when you do it in your own hometown.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is where he is from, and
But for I would say, I'm sure are there going to be people out there who are just asses? Sure, of course there is. There always is. But I would say 95% of the people that he would come in contact would be absolutely welcoming. Now, hey, and that's on him if he had such a poor experience and felt like you said, as if part of the community we're trying to get. I have not experienced that, right? I'm not a black man who grew up in Portland, Oregon. Like that, that's not an experience that I have lived. But if that's part of what it is, then he has, he can certainly have there's validity in those feelings. But I still say that if he comes back, like, he would be welcomed and remembered, and I hope he still feels like this is home.
It's funny you mentioned that, because you think about all the different things. Chris Webber came back and did some stuff with Michigan. Bill Buckner, before his passing, had kind of buried the hatchet in Boston. Most of the time, like some of even the ones that are on like monumental scales.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't remember this, but Wilt Chamberlain and KU were sort of
kind of
divided for years.
Yeah.
He came back towards
really?
the end. Yeah, he came back.
It just, most of the time, when enough time has passed, Brett Favre in Green Bay, it's almost always, no matter how bad it ends, it's almost always the overwhelming majority that are willing to hug as opposed to punch. When enough time has passed, as long as there's some maturity and some reflection on both sides. I'm not saying it's universal, but to me, it's, when you think about all the examples, it's almost always the case.
Yeah. And by the way, Wilt, his was the same idea. It was racism.
Yeah.
Of course, that was way, prior to Damon.
Yep.
But, Damon is the one guy that, this is why I say I think there is an opportunity for a deep dive with him, because I feel like of the people that are in this piece, this Jailblazers documentary is what we're talking about.
He's by far the best one.
He actually has a brain.
Yes.
I'm not saying the other guys don't have a brain. The other guys have their walls up still. He does not. You can tell he has been reflective. You can tell he is smart enough to see.
Well, he's a coach.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a coach. He has to deal with people.
Yes.
He's interacting with with young men all the time.
Yeah.
And you have to be real. You have to be self-reflective. You have to understand, human nature if you're going to be a successful coach.
No question. And you can see that. He's so I think there is all this to say, I feel like there is an opportunity to make amends with that guy. And I also think he would be a very, very interesting documentary subject just on his own, with the hometown in Portland and everything that went down.
Yep, growing up
Get
here.
Rashid's defiant ass out of it. Get all the Blazers. He's an interesting case study, and I think he's ready for it. You could kind of see it. They didn't quite go deep enough with him, or maybe he was holding back in this, but that's one Portland I think needs to kind of sniff around.
I'm going to watch this documentary, and I'm going to shoot him a message.
Do.
And float that, I'm sure I've got an old number from 15 years ago that's changed 7 times, but in the event that in the event that I am able to touch base, I'll let that. Man, that guy is loved.
And he's really a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a good dude, and you can tell it hurt him. Yeah. And so I do that, dude. That would be an awesome, amazing bridge.
Yep.
And I'm going to put this in my notes. I want to hear, please watch the documentary within the next week. And next week, I want to hear what you think about it. Because, and particularly Damon, because I think he's the most interesting guy in the whole thing.
I would agree.
So anyway, do that. Homework for you.
Cool.
Have a great weekend. Maybe watch it tonight. With a bourbon.
I might.
Yeah, with a bourbon.
Ooh.
Easy watch.
Just know it's not the most.
I was in Kentucky this
thing.
week. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
kind of hinted.
That was last week.
Yeah. Do you have any news to break or?
No. No, wait. That was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
You hinted around it that you were doing things.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue to hint bourbon things to come.
You're not giving us much here.
Oh no! I just picked out this year's barrel.
Okay, good.
I told you that.
Yeah, but when's it? I mean,
what's the?
Oh well, we're hoping to run it again in the fall, like we tried to. We got all sorts. We had tariff issues this year. We had shipping issues. We had all sorts of issues.
Tariff issues.
Yeah.
Freaking Obama.
Internal tariff.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
All right. Have a great weekend. We love your hot body.
Okay. Love your body. Bye.
All right. That's Joe Harrington, courtesy of Mod Studios. The future of building is here. Way over. Let's get to the club next.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Houston Texans and star defensive end Will Anderson Jr. have agreed to a 3-year, $150 million contract extension that'll make Anderson the highest paid non-quarterback in all the NFL. It's going to include $134 million in guaranteed money. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he is not attending the first phase of the team's offseason program and is asking for a contract extension that would pay him as a starter. Now, Cardinals general manager Monty Austinfort has said that the Cardinals don't have a starting quarterback as of right now. Some sad news in Major League Baseball. Former Angels outfitter Garrett Anderson has passed away at the age of 53. The Angels announced that today. No cause of death was given. Anderson is the Angels' all-time leader in hits and was All-Star Game MVP in 2003. Co-owner of Chelsea Football Club, Jose Feliciano, and his wife Kwanzaa Jones are near a deal to purchase the San Diego Padres for $3.9 billion. The sale price would top the previous record of $2.4 billion for a Major League Baseball team, which was the New York Mets. Doc Rivers announced he will be retiring as a head coach in the NBA. And in the NBA play-in Eastern Conference, this one looks like it could be all over right now. Start of the second half, Magic up 29 over the Hornets. Later on, we got the Suns hosting the Warriors. Suns 2.5-point favorites in that one. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
I don't think I would do it with my wife. That doesn't seem like why. What's the point? No, there don't.
Taylor Swift.
There's probably 6 or 7 guys I could name that I would rather do.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
Oh, dear. What are you going to do? Pee on me? Like, I don't know.
And
Yikes.
break.
Yeah, we got a break. We're behind. I mean, it's been one of those days.
Now,
Hey,
who won the bet?
What bet?
Well, then weren't you and
I did.
Stevie Brackets how bad this was going to be?
Yeah, so a little inside baseball, if you want. Well, I can't give away too much. But what I can say is that Stevie and I were betting on...
How long we would be over?
Yeah. Well, we had a little bit of a miscommunication. Yeah. I think he was asking when we would start the club.
Yeah.
And I was... In my head, it was like, when are we going to break from Joey?
When are you done with
When are we done? Yeah, and I was saying...
You won by like a minute.
Yeah, so I have to
Maybe
reveal
less.
to you that the Joey was taped.
What?
I have to reveal that to you. In order
You
for
control the whole situation. It's not fair.
In order for this to make sense. So we're in there taping Joey before the show. And Steve was like, okay, so when are... I said, it's a little long today. He's like... Over under 6:12. And I said under. You know what it was? 6:11:20.
Look at that. On the dot. And yet here we are. 6 minutes over.
So Steven owes me $50.
I don't think that's the case.
Hold a bar two right there.
Yeah, the bar two.
Tell you what, you can have his free towel. It's almost basically confirmed that it's going to be
It's towels?
Well, people have, again, people are not letting this T-shirt thing go, so they've already done some snooping. So game 1, the Carolina Hurricanes are the number 1 seed in the NHL playoffs. They've already announced, guess what they're doing for game
Towels.
1?
Ooh, can we get Carolina Hurricane towels?
What if they're the leftover hurricane towels?
Their towels say a bunch of jerks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you can have my towel.
So
Okay, so let's
it's
break.
just so you know, it's gonna be towels.
Well, that's cool.
Is it?
No,
It's
but
not cool.
I have to say that.
Yeah, it's towels. It's towels. No one wants a towel.
Discount Dundon.
No one wants a towel. Nobody. I've been to games where you get the towels and you're just like,
no.
Well, don't y'all? I mean, like you do the Steeler
Yeah,
thing
but
and you wave them around, and
no one wants a towel.
looks cool on TV.
Trust me, no one wants a towel.
What do you do with it? Do you take it home and like
give
change
it-
your oil with
I
it?
give it to a kid on my way
Give it to
out.
the streetman on the outside.
There you go. Yeah.
Let them wipe their ass with it.
I wait for some kid that's like, hey, do you want 2 of these? And the kid's like, yeah. And you're like, here.
You know it. Everybody else knows it.
Okay, so we'll break, and when we come back, I've got big movie news that I think you will like.
All right.
But also got a little something that's sticking in my kitchen about the world.
Yeah, it's rattling around out there. We need to
Well,
hash it out.
I wonder if you guys, if this bothers you the way it bothers me.
I'm guessing no, but let's do it
Why
anyways.
do you say that?
I don't know. I just can tell this is going to be something stupid and petty, but I'm kind of excited about it.
Get a life, bro.
God, you're a piece of crap. We'll be right back on The Fan. Okay. So here's the big movie news.
Yeah, what do you got?
I wanted to tell you about. I don't know if you've read this yet. Top Gun 3 is in the works.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're doing it.
Now, that would normally scare me because the chances of you getting a third one right, but the second one was... The second one is the most entertaining movie of the last 20 years. It is a perfect summer popcorn movie, and to actually be better after 30 years, it was better than the original Top Gun. So the fact that Tom Cruise, as long as he's involved in it, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I do not think that he will screw this up.
Yeah, I have hope. I would have hope because the last one was good,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah, it was really, really good. You know, in movies lately, man, the last couple years have been, as a regular moviegoer, the last couple years have been rough. They're just, I know that the strike affected it for a while. There just hasn't, I'd say the last 2, maybe 2.5, 3 years, there just isn't good movies. Like the fact that the Oscars were this year and Sinners, and what was the Del Toro one, Leo, One Battle After Another. The fact that those were the top 2 candidates, that is as weak a top 2 movies maybe of all time that have been nominated. They just weren't.
Well, doesn't Hollywood have a big problem?
They got a problem right now.
There's all kinds of problems.
People aren't going. And you know, there's, you know, people are saying, well, it's because of the pandemic and now we're, you know, used to being at home.
That's part of it.
But some of that is stop making crap. Like when Oppenheimer and Barbie came out, they were saying the same thing. And those movies did massive numbers. Project Hail Mary, which is out in theaters right now, and if you haven't seen it, go. That is a Top Gun 2-esque movie. You will go and you will leave the theater being like, that is amazing. That is such a good, again, summer, although it's not summer yet, but it's that kind of just entertaining sci-fi adventure movie. It's fantastic, and it's doing great. So if you make good movies, people will go. But I think what we've done is that people are like, hey, I'm not paying $16 for a ticket, $9 for a popcorn for you to make crap. I'm not doing it. I'm already paying enough for everything else. So it's upon Hollywood to make better movies. And, you know, it just stinks because there's just not much. But that's really the only good movie that I've truly seen in a while that I would recommend like wholeheartedly to anyone. Because there's stuff I go see and I'm like, all right, you know, I kind of liked it. But if you're going to the movies for you and your wife, you're spending $50. And so for me, I don't take that lightly. If I say go to something, I know you're spending, although you go on Tuesday nights, it's cheaper. That's when we go. It's like $6 for a ticket and you get a $1 small popcorn, which makes it a lot more palatable if it's a bad movie. So I say go Tuesday night. But if I'm saying to go spend your money, I want to make sure that that's like when you take your TV recommendation seriously. And Project Hail Mary is the first one in at least a year that I could say without question, go see it. Go see it. It will be better to see it in the theater and to see it with a group of people, and you'll walk away smiling and happy.
Okay. I cannot. Oh, no, I can. I can tell you the last time I was in the theater. I went and saw, I told you about this. I went and saw the newest Wicked movie.
Yeah.
With my nieces over Christmas.
Like it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, the Wickeds are good.
Yes.
But I never go to the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, never.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's not even on my radar.
Yeah.
Even because, well, I think one reason it's not on the radar is because it's like if something comes out that's good, I'll just say I'll wait to see it on, I don't know, whatever streaming service.
You're already subscribed to all those platforms.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. Yeah. I don't need to see it right now.
See, and I do like it, and I like the movie experience. Like, plus seeing it with other people, I don't know, like, there's certain movies, like if you're watching an independent, if you're watching a little independent movie, you're like, whatever. But when you see like Top Gun should be watched in a movie theater, I would say Project Hail Mary, go watch it in a movie theater. Oppenheimer was something that I thought the grandiose nature of it adds something going to a theater. But I'm a theater guy. But I get it. And like I said, unless it's got a really good buzz behind it, I get why people don't want to spend the money because it is expensive to go out and
You kind of like whatever it is you like.
And I think we're lowering the bar to where we're trying to make average movies.
Yeah.
Anora won the Academy Award, and it's fine. That was 2 years ago.
Well, they're not making as much money.
No.
And so, in a stunning development, and you should know this well because you work at Odyssey, the less money you make, the less they pour into the creative side of it.
I forget who it was.
An Odyssey
and then
station.
It's just a race to the bottom.
Which is why I was hired.
And and then you get guys like Steven.
I'm trying to remember. Maybe it was Ridley Scott or I forget what director it was, but he said the downfall of Hollywood right now is they only want movies that can play internationally and be these giant blockbusters, which is why you get all this Marvel DC universe crap.
Yeah, because they know that works.
You can throw out Spider-Man 7 and Fast and the Furious 19.
They're
and this,
brands that work.
Yeah, and it's horse crap films, and it doesn't matter. You can just you throw it to China, you throw it to Vietnam, you put it in the United States, and it's a load of crap. It sucks, but it does real well. Or you have to have the movie that costs no money. Like you get like a movie like Weapons or something that the guy has to make on the definition of a shoestring budget, and it's so cheap that if it becomes a hit, then it's profitable. Even if it only makes 50 or 70 or 80 million bucks, it was so cheap. But the middle road movie with a good director and a good cast that used to cost 35, 45, 50, 60 million bucks, which if you think in the past, those were some of the best movies of all time. No one's willing to make those because they're
too risky.
They're too risky.
They don't know if they're going to work.
Yes.
If they work, you hit the jackpot. But if they don't, you lose so much money. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and so if it's a story that they don't think they can sell to the Chinese or they can sell to, a foreign market, they're like, well, we're not making that. That's why like good sports movies are hard to make anymore. Like you think about like some of the like Bull Durham to me is probably my favorite. Bull Durham and Field of Dreams are two of my favorite movies, two of my favorite sports movies, two of all time. Those movies today would almost be impossible to get made because those had good casts. You had Kevin Costner and you had, Susan Sarandon, but those are baseball movies that are very uniquely United States marketed. And today that movie would have to be made with no money.
Now, do the streaming services have the same problem?
They seem to be cranking them out at an ungodly rate.
Well, I know, but I just don't think they cost as much.
They must not.
Right?
Because
they do it season by season.
They just go. Well, have you seen the problem with it that they're having is like The Boys just came out, the final season of The Boys, and that's 8 episodes. And people get all pissy and moany because you wait 5 years or 4 years for something and then you get 8 episodes. And I saw an interview about this from one of a director guy who was saying that back in the day, they would make 20 episodes per season, right? Because it was based on advertising dollars. The more episodes you have, more advertising dollars you can sell. But he said Netflix and Amazon and these people, that's not what it is. They don't sell ads for crap. It's subscriptions. So there's no incentive for a company to spend a bunch of money to make 20 episodes. They're only going to make 8. And can they get you to subscribe or get you to stick and keep your subscription? And as long as you're interested in those 8 episodes, whether it's 8 or whether it's 20, they still get your money. And your money doesn't change if they give you 20 episodes. They said no one gives you more than 8 to 10 episodes, and there's no incentive to bring them back quickly. In fact, they said it's actually incentive to stretch it out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because you're like, well, if I have to wait 2 years for Severance to come back, I know it's coming eventually. I'll wait around for Severance.
The flip side of that is 20 episodes. Dude, you don't need 20 episodes. You're only doing that to make money. So the flip side is, it's probably a better product in the end.
It does seem like they put out higher quality episodes of shows now. Like it's almost like little mini movies.
Yeah.
For like the best shows.
But if you think back to the way TV worked, those seasons were long, and now some seasons are 7 episodes, 7, 8 episodes. And you're like, hey,
aren't you the one that always tells us these things are way too long anyway?
Yes,
like 20 episodes is absurd.
I think a lot of times TV shows unnecessarily stretch them out because they run out of content.
Right. So now you want 20?
No, I'm just saying that was the guy's point. When people complain about how short seasons are or how long it takes in between, this director. Yeah, Yankees, Royals.
We're so terrible.
This director said that is actually done intentionally, and it will never change because there is no financial value in the studio to change it. He said it's actually a ploy that they get because they'll just keeping you on the hook, and then while you're waiting for your favorite show to come back, you find 2 new series that get you hooked.
Now that's true.
And then while you're watching those, you wait on that, and then they constantly dangle the carrot in front of you because they just need you to stay subscribed.
Right. And I think a lot of the people aren't unsubscribing.
Yeah.
Like it takes
a lot, right?
Well,
to boot you.
Well, my wife and we watch different apps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of stuff on Prime that she watches that I don't.
Yeah.
To me, Amazon Prime sucks. I would if I were single, I would probably just get rid of it.
That would be the one you
But
chop.
she's like, "No, you can't do that. I watch blah 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 blah."
Sure.
There. Like, okay, well, we'll keep that. But I think for me, the main ones are Netflix and HBO Max.
Yeah.
And those
I would agree.
And those two, I would not cancel.
Yeah.
Even if I'm in a rut where I'm like, there's nothing really good on here right now, I'm not going to cancel because I know some. See, the thing is, the flip side of that is they still have to keep bringing the heat. You got to keep releasing stuff that people are watching, and they're doing that. I mean, they're living up to their end of the bargain. Like this DTF St. Louis was good.
Yeah.
Rooster is good. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what else I was watching.
The
a
Pit-
lot of the documentaries are
The
really
Pit
good.
is really good.
The
That's been a
Pit
big
is-
hit for HBO.
Exactly. So as long as they keep churning it out, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, they still have to give us something.
Yeah.
I think there are some that don't. Like, I'm trying to think of the last thing I watched on Hulu. Maybe
Hulu's more for
The
I feel
Bear.
like network TV. You watch it the next day after.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's what I feel like it's for.
Yeah. They don't do a lot
Like
of
I watched the newest Scrubs season, and so I would watch it the day after it was on because I'm not going to watch it live on TV, but I can watch it the day after on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's just different. Everything's changed, man. And Hollywood's gripping.
Yeah, they're struggling to adjust.
It's tough.
So, like, Ryan Gosling was like, because he's the star of Project Hail Mary, and he goes, it's upon us. He goes, we have to make better movies.
I think that's
and
right,
he kind of
because they're
pointed to
making-
this, and he said this movie's going to make $750 million, and it's not a franchise, it's not nothing, but he goes, it's a good movie, and people will pay to see good movies. It's a proof.
He's right, because they are making good shows.
Yes.
And the thing that they have with shows, and I would imagine it is cheaper to make these shows. It has to be, because they're churning out way more of them than actual movies.
Yeah.
Right? The advantage they have, it's like there's so many entities making so many of them. It's like the college basketball tournament.
Yeah.
There's so many games, 7 of them are bound to be good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're Hollywood, you can only put out, like, there's only, how many studios are there?
You can
Like,
only
big studios,
a
there's like
handful of
2
big
or 3.
studios, yeah.
They can only put out a handful in a year. Well, you better hit.
Yeah. Which is why they want to bet on the stupid Avengers horse crap and Fast and the Furious, whatever.
So let's put it this way. Let's put it like this. If you had to buy a subscription, $10 a month, $15 a month, whatever it is, to Hollywood movies, and you could have subscription. You can go to movies for free, but you have to pay that.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Or Netflix, HBO, Hulu. Dude, I'm paying for the Netflix, HBO, Hulu, and all that.
Especially because those will
Way
all
more.
come to you eventually. You just have to wait.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
All right.
I just love the movie experience, and I will probably always. But I'm an old fart, so.
You are an old fart. You know, Suk was just, he got up from the last break and he went, ah!
Dude, I'm not
And I was
gonna
like,
lie,
dude, welcome to the almost 50.
I'm not gonna lie, I was hurting right now.
Ah! You know how we're always like, ugh! We have to make grunting noises every time we get up.
I've been sitting. I hadn't got up for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I thought it was coming. And when I stood up, everything just at once was like, dude, this hurts.
It is amazing how hard it is when you've sat
It
down
is.
for a while.
Get off my porch.
Or just like tying your shoe. You're like, ah.
You don't understand how hard this job is. You gotta sit here and then.
To be fair, I was doing stuff today. It wasn't like I just laid
No,
on my
you weren't.
ass and then sat down and I was sore.
I don't believe you.
I didn't play golf and then get sore.
Hey, golf's, you can get sore from golf.
That's not what I was sore from. I'm not that old yet.
Yeah, keep in denial there, fella. All right, I got a gripe. I'll see if you guys have the same gripe. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the fan, Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson have agreed to a 3-year, $150 million extension. They'll make Anderson the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Also, 134 of that will be guaranteed. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he wants a new contract, so he's not attending the team's first phase of the offseason program. He's asking for a contract extension that pays him as a starter. Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort said the Cardinals don't have a starter and there will be a competition. Former Angels outfielder Garrett Anderson passed away today at the age of 53. No cause of death was given. Anderson, really good player, is the Angels' all-time leader in hits and All-Star Game MVP back in 2003. Doc Rivers announced today that he will be retiring as an NBA head coach after 27 seasons. Rivers coached for 5 teams and did win that NBA championship with the Boston Celtics. We got play-in Friday here. Eastern Conference for the 8th seed. Magic dominating the Hornets 91-66 late in the third quarter. Later on, we got Suns hosting the Warriors, where the Suns are 2.5-point favorites. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
you from here.
We sure do. Last little bit here. You know, the idea of reviews. Do you leave a lot of reviews?
I do
for
not.
Companies?
Almost never, unless it's like
I'm the same way.
You know, because like if I have a buddy that runs a business, or it's like a small business that I frequent, and they'll ask, "Hey, would you mind leaving a review?" And I'll do. You know, like if it's my favorite bar that I go to, and it's like a startup or a gym you go to, and they don't have a lot, I'll do it then. But I've never once gone to a restaurant and been like, "Oh, that's a really cool restaurant. My first time. Let's leave a review." And I certainly don't leave negative reviews. I either leave positive or I'm just like
100%.
whatever.
Same way.
We're not.
I think a lot of people. I just think a lot of people are the same.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. It takes a lot to get me to give you a review. What do you think? Because this kind of bothers me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the companies that hound you to give them a review after you have used them? So like. I don't name the company, but used the company recently, and it's like, hey, oftentimes you'll get hey, we'd really like a review if you liked our service, and that's it, right?
Yes.
That's fine.
Totally fair.
But what about the follow-up? And then the follow-up to the follow-up?
How do they follow up? Oh, like the message?
Yeah, or text messages, and it's like, hey, we really like that review.
I'll tell you right now, you send me more than one, or you give me more than one reminder, either it's in person or via text, F you, I would rather die than leave you a review. I feel I totally get where you're coming from.
So you agree with this?
Yes.
So, listen, and it's not like I don't want to give a review. It's a pain in the ass.
Yes.
But it's also this. I think, and I'm sure there's a business owner out there that's like squirming right now because it's like, I get it. You guys need those reviews.
Reviews, people make a lot of decisions are made based on reviews. We all use them.
Yeah.
Which is why I take a negative review very seriously.
But I think it's the idea that, hey, leave a review, because I did mention to this guy, I was like, you guys are really good. Everything worked out. And I'm really happy.
Sure.
So we did have that conversation. And so he's like, oh, well, this would be, probably in his head, he's like, well, this would be a good review.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel obligated to say great things.
Mm-hmm.
What if I found something after the fact that I didn't love? I wouldn't put it in a review. I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're being coaxed into
fake reviews?
Not fake reviews, but just really saying great things.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it wasn't really mixed. I was happy, but I mean, I don't know. The guy kind of smelled like smoke, or I don't know. I'm just saying
the best. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I feel like I'm being pressured.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's like if
I would tend to agree. I do not like feeling pressure.
But to be fair to them, I would not give a review otherwise.
Yes.
So you kind of have to pressure me to give. Now I feel like I got to go over the top and be really cool about it and give a 5-star review when I'm like, I'd probably give them 4.
Well, the sucky part too is, as you said, we all read those reviews, so they are really important.
Yeah.
Like those companies need those reviews, and so it's like you have to hound them, but at the same time, I don't want to give you a review.
Dude, I haven't really thought about this, Rob. I only give 5-star reviews. You're right.
Same.
Like, even
it's
if
like Uber.
Even if it's not necessarily 5
Yeah, because
star.
how many times are you actually getting 5-star service?
Yeah.
Not often.
I don't know if I've ever left a 4-star. Someone is in, by the way, and this, to be fair, the fine folks at Audi of Bellevue might beg to differ. That is the only negative review I've ever given.
But that was a really bad situation
Yes,
for you, and you were pissed off.
And by the way, the people of Audi of Bellevue, you can kiss my ass. You're the worst car dealership in the world, and I hope a meteor falls on you. Do not buy from them. They suck ass.
I'm going to get an Audi next year.
Yeah, don't get it from Audi of Bellevue.
Go up to Bellevue.
If you got an Audi of Bellevue, I might break your mirror just out of spite.
Oh, jeez.
To this day, that makes my blood boil. But yeah, I guess you are right that there have been times that I've used the service and someone says, or a small, restaurant or whatever, and they're like, hey, would you leave a review? And if it's a good experience, I will leave 5-star, even if it's not 5-star, because I
like, if you really want me to review you,
yeah.
Okay, but it may not be 5 stars. But it's a weird dance.
You know what else too? I will not review big things. So, case in point, I would not give a review to what's the nicest hotel? The Benson, whatever you think are the nines. I would never, under any circumstances, review the Benson. Even if I was checking out and the lady at the front desk was like, "Could you please leave a review?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure," and then I would leave and I would never do it
because they're established.
Well, yeah, I don't need that. But if I was staying at a little boutique hotel, like in I don't know, somewhere in Oregon, some little place where it's like you can tell it's not a big corporation, that's the one I will leave a review. I would never really leave a review at Jiffy Lube. Like, there's a million Jiffy Lubes. Or a McDonald's. But if it was a small independent auto shop, I would 100% leave a review if it was good service, and I will give 5 stars to that. I don't know if anyone else is that way, but I'm not taking the time to review something that
it's a franchise.
That can't fail.
But you also said you don't leave reviews.
Only if someone specifically asks me to, and it's a small, because that I feel obligated. If it's a little small place and I feel like they actually could use that review, then yes, I will review one.
Well, go listen to this podcast and give us 5-star reviews, please. Thank you.
Because I can go to Google and I can see what I reviewed.
Yeah.
I'll bet you there's...
Oh, yeah, we get reviews.
I'll bet you there's 7 reviews that I've left.
Yeah. I just think it's weird. I gotta... okay, we have to break. We'll finish it up next on The Fan.
from here.
Well, I'm not sure what we learned there, but Buck is in. He says, the people that you need to worry about are the people who leave 3-star reviews.
Yeah.
Who takes the time to say things are fine?
Exactly. I looked it up on Google. I've left 8 reviews in like 6 years. 7 5-star, 1 1-star that says I wish I could give 0 stars. That's Audi of Bellevue.
That was
FU.
to me. Oh.
And everything else is small companies.
I've given 2.
You've given 2 reviews?
Yep. And they're both 5-star.
There you go.
On Google, for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why Google.
And I think every one of those was someone that asked me, hey, would you go ahead and leave a review? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the ask. I'll usually ignore the ask. It's just the double ask.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's too much.
We're back Monday, 3-7 a fan. Good night.